And like that, we're live. Been a while, actually, people, hasn't it? When's the last time we did a live? Actually, it's not been that long, hasn't it? It's only been a couple of weeks. How are we doing, people? How are we doing? We get a few people in the building, although I saw before I went on, there was a lot of people already waiting for this. So that's nothing but a good thing. Ooh, turn that down. As we wait, I want to make sure the sound's all right. How's that sound? As we wait. There we go. That sounds perfect. Cool. Why not? That's that. Why not? Why not just do a watch along? Why not react to this? Because I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It's been quite fun. I've just seen that Jay Jones girl fight. Now, I have never seen her fight prior. I saw the knockout in her previous fight, but I've never actually sat and had a proper look at the girl. You can tell she was an Olympian in Taekwondo, I believe it was. You can tell she's done some form of combat training prior to this. Because when you see her in the ring, yeah, she's not technically the most superior in the world, but you can tell that she's confident in there. There's a confidence about her in the ring. She's not out of her depth. The girl she was fighting, I mean, apparently this was at welterweight. Now, Jay Jones looks like a welterweight. She looks, solid enough in there. She looks a solid. That girl looked tiny. She was fighting. Like, I'm amazed. I mean, if she was welterweight, I'd love to know how. That was crazy. She looked tiny in there. Like it was not even close. Like the two of them, it literally looked like a welterweight versus, and a particularly small one at that, like a featherweight or something. So yeah, we got a few people in the building. Big up to Sean. Big up to Ezra. Big up to all you guys. Big up, big up. Are you going to live the match? Hell no. I might put on the announcements and commentary at times. I can get away with that, but we ain't getting away with putting no footage in. Now, we've already got 100 people in the building, so if you could hit the like button. Someone did say we went from where am I gonna? We went from watching Dubois to Tommy Fury. Well, you know what, right? I I'm just like, why not? You know, why not? I think it's going to be a bit of fun. I I am someone who does listen, right? This is not real boxing, quote unquote. We know it isn't, right? But I still just enjoy it, and I think I'm going to enjoy this. I really do. A big up to Sarah Liam. Are you banned from going to any boxing events in person, or do you just not want to bump into any boxers you talk about? No, definitely not. I mean, I can go to most events. In terms of going to events, as in boxing events, for me, it's more beneficial to. It would depend on the event. Excuse me. It would depend on the event. Like so, for me, it's more beneficial to just do something like this for the channel, for everything, because it increases growth and does everything, right? If I go to an event, it's going to be good fun, but it's not really going to, like, my channel's going to not suffer. It never does. I've got pretty much sustainable growth, which is good, but I want to maximize it. And so by doing like reviews, watch alongs and stuff like that, damn, that girl can lift her leg quite high, can't she? Just saw that girl Jay Jones doing that there. Ooh, get rid of that before I carry on with this question, because the links, I suspect links are going to be absolutely through the roof in this watch along with the bots. There we go. Yeah, the links are going to be absolutely through the roof in this watch along. They normally are, but particularly for these ones. But yes, going back to Sarah's question, I should get to more events, and I will hopefully get to some. I probably will go to the Katie Taylor show in Croke Park. I probably will go to that. But it's not because I'm not banned, certainly not. I was only at the Chisora Wilder press conference back in February, and I got, pretty good access to it. And, I met some of the fighters, and I've met plenty of fighters in person. And, I've met plenty of guys in the media, Louis Hart, amongst others, Charlie Parsons and all that. I would know them, I mean, Louis would come over and chat to me, as would Charlie. So I got my pretty good terms with most people. For fighters, I don't like, I've met plenty of fighters. I've met Joseph Parker. I've met plenty of them. And, some of them I praise, some of them I haven't from time to time. It's the way it's going to be. But I've never had a bad interaction with a fighter, nor am I particularly fussed. If a fighter doesn't agree with me, all right. And You know, if anything, genuinely, if a fighter confronted me, I mean, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Obviously, they're going to kick the you know what out of me. But, you know, I get some publicity my way, so there you go. But no, I'm not looking for it, obviously. But no, it just genuinely for me, it's just easier to do, and it's easier, more beneficial for the channel to just do what I do here. Might not always be the case, but for now, it certainly is. But I do plan on getting to certainly some more. See, I really want to get to some more kind of smaller shows. I would like to get to some more smaller shows in the UK, kind of like that. Now, when I say smaller, I mean like, you know, maybe I'm not going to, but maybe next week's show in St. Mary's. Not that it's a small, it's in a stadium, but you get what I mean. Big up, appreciate the content from Ireland. Buy stuff.ie. Big up, man. Big up. I suspect Tommy will win. Big up to the Prodigy. Are you an MMA fan? If so, I won't be watching the White House cars tonight. I probably will go and, you know, have a look at it in the morning. It's going to be interesting seeing it at the White House. It definitely will. Nah, no, I don't think so, man. Not even in my prime. I don't think that was gonna ever happen. To be honest with you, I think many things, but I don't think I'd be flatlining any boxers, man. I think they would be. Yeah, I think I'd be in deep. You know what? I think I'd be in deep. You know what? I really would. Who are you supporting in the World Cup? I suspect Spain will win. I suspect they'll win. Um, if England do well, happy days. You know, I mean, I've never been like this is always my first time living in England during a major tournament. Excuse me. So it's going to be interesting to see if England go on a run. You know, just how people are. You know how everyone is. Will it improve things? How will it be? So it's going to be interesting. But yeah, I've not really any horse in the race in it. Like I'm looking forward to it, but I suspect I suspect Spain will win. I think Argentina will be there or thereabouts. And obviously France, you know, with Mbappe and Dembele, they have a quality side. They really do. Quality side. Chat about Fury a lot. I haven't chatted about him that much. Well, which Fury? We talking about Tommy or Tyson? You said that you would love to do this on a full-time basis. What subs would you need to go full-time? It's not so much about the subs, to be honest with you, though, man. It would be more so about the views you pull in. I mean, obviously, subs come with views, of course, right? But I'll give you an example, right? If you are doing, let's say you have a YouTube channel, it's fully monetized, and let's just hypothetically say, right, you were getting 600,000 views a month. I would say well, you would, because if you're doing 600,000 views a month, right, you're likely going to be pulling in fact, I've done 500,000 views. Actually, scratch that, I probably wouldn't even be 600,000. If you're getting between 400 to 500,000 views a month, you could probably live on that, depending on where you are. You know, if you're living in London, it's expensive, but if you're living somewhere up north, say you live, just type it, let's say you live somewhere like in Yorkshire or somewhere like that. Yeah, you'd live off that. You could live off that. You could live with a mortgage, everything, and you could easily live off that. If you, but again, there's a lot of risk involved in that, because you need to. We have like, this month is a barren month in boxing. There's not a lot happening, so you do really need to kind of just be, a little bit patient about certain things on that way. Big up to Jack. How are you? Hit the yes, please. We've 187 people in the building, and we need to get the likes up. We need to get the likes up. We've only 38 likes, and we've nearly 200 people in the building. And hello to one of my moderators. Big up the Fracture every time. Hope you are well, mate. Hope you are well. Respect the wrench, isn't that right? I suspect, mate, me and you are going to be busy tonight, because I think the bots are going to be out in force. They've already been leaving links. So I think they're going to be out in force tonight, mate. They weren't that bad, if memory serves me correct, on the Usyk Verhoeven one. They were particularly bad, I think, on, was it the Fury one they were particularly bad on? I think they were bad on, and that wasn't even pay-per-view, which was even weirder. And hit the like button if you could, please. I don't know why, right? It's warm enough out, but for some reason, I've ended up just getting a cough. Apologies if you can hear the sirens going on outside. There's always something on this road. Rather than home nation, I always support the Netherlands. Weak team. Yeah, the Netherlands are really the kind of, they're like the Spurs of international football, aren't they? Well, at least well, Spurs now. I mean, God knows what's going to happen next season. But they've always had a good team. They've always looked like doing something, and it's always been a what if. 2010 against Spain. Never forget it. I remember that. I remember that game very well. Actually, it was on a Sunday, and I remember being out with my friends that afternoon, and we were all like, we all went out. I forget what we were doing. We weren't able to do it at night, but we were all like, we all got to get home early. We all got to go and see this game because it was on in South Africa, so it was on in kind of our evening time, and it was good, man. It was good. When are we getting more at A&G, man? Why did you stop? Why did you stop it, Broski's big love? Well, we haven't stopped it for one. All right, so we haven't stopped it. And in spite of what people, because me and Ade have said it several times, yet people keep saying it. I don't know why, but they say that me and Ade have beef, which we absolutely don't. Me and Ade last Sunday, I helped that. Well, I'm not going to go and spoil it, but Ade and G-Man is coming back soon enough. Obviously, we can't do anything now because Ade's over at the World Cup and he's over there until the middle of July. But just be patient, right? But I'm not going to give it away what we did last Sunday. But I'm very happy about what's coming up, right? And also, we did film. We're just waiting on the release date. We did film a podcast, and I've told several people on here about it. Obviously, I haven't told much detail, but we also have a third host. Now, that third host that we have, she won't be on when that A&G man returns. She won't be on it, but she will be on this show that we have been doing, which we may be doing more of in the future. We have to wait and see on that one. We should know soon if that's going to be a thing, and then all bets are off, people. They really are. All bets are off after that. And big up to Adam. Big up to Adam. Where I saw the wrench. I got two of my guys with the wrenches. Big up to Adam, and obviously big up to Fractured as well. You can't believe you're here for this. I'm actually surprised you are here for this. I was thinking, I wonder what the guys, I wonder what the boys, respect the wrenches, I wonder what the boys be in for this. And you both are. You surprised me. You surprised me both. I really didn't. I really thought that this would be a kind of more random watch along, if that makes sense. Not in well, it kind of is, but in a sense of I see some of the regulars in here and stuff like that. That's good. I genuinely was thinking I'd probably see more names I don't recognize than regulars in this because it is kind of Monster Munch every day. It's not even a Quavers are absolutely disgusting. I just no Monster Munch every day, man. That's not even a debate. But Quavers are absolutely disgusting. I tried them once my whole life, and I was like, never again. Absolutely disgusting. Apologies to all the Quaver fans who are out there. They are crisp, by the way. If in case anyone doesn't know, maybe from the States, you're thinking, what the hell is he on about? Yeah, they're both crisps. I think they're both from Walkers, aren't they? Yeah, no, Monster Munch every day. Monster Munch is like, man, that's goated. Monster Munch is that's goated stuff, man. Although I haven't had them in years, but yeah, Monster Munch Cash Machine knows Monster Munch is on fire. Yeah, it's not even a debate. I didn't know Jordan McCann before yesterday. I never want to see someone lose so bad. This guy getting in the ring is Jordan McCann. He looks, wow. I mean, the stereotype, he's with Tyson Fury. So I'm wondering, is there a little bit of, is he a gypsy like them? Because blimey, does he look like one? Blimey. What's it? Yeah, I remember them as well. Yeah, they were better than Quavers, but again, they're still there or thereabouts. I wouldn't be, going out and buying a bag, to be honest with you. I think for me, when it comes to kind of, crisps and stuff like that, for me, the nicest tasting crisps, and you can't get them in the UK, are an Irish crisp called Hunky Dory. And to me, they're the best. They're goat level. Whenever I go home, I always bring some bags over with me because they are just goated. They're steak flavored, and my two favorite flavors are steak, flame grilled steak, and buffalo. They do a buffalo flavored crisp. They're goated. And if you've ever been lucky, some pubs in London actually do them. Some Irish pubs you can get them, but you can't go into like an Asda or somewhere like that and get them. They're goated. I'm telling you now, if you've ever gone to Ireland, you get a pack of hunky doors. Even the cheese and onion, they do two different types of cheese and onion. They're goated. They are literally goated. A mate and a mate, a girl I work with, told me rich tea biscuits are her favorite. Wow, wow. I mean, I'm thinking that girl, like a bottle of water and vanilla ice cream, must be like a wild dessert for her if rich tea biscuits are her favorite, mate. Rich, that's wow. I'm not a big biscuit eater, to be honest with you. I don't buy biscuits, but like, I wouldn't be going for a rich tea biscuit if if I had the choice. If someone laid out and said, "All right, here's a biscuit, it's something nice like a Jaffa cake or something like that." But a rich tea biscuit, okie dokie. For the crisp fund. Well, thank you, Fracture. I appreciate that for the crisp fund. I don't want to be buying crisps. I don't want to be buying crisps. I've actually been doing pretty good these last like couple of weeks. I've been getting up a lot earlier. So all this week, I've been getting up at 6 a.m., even on the days when I'm working from home. And the gym is literally, I know I'm pointing, you don't know what I'm pointing at, but I can literally point to the gym outdoors where it is. So it's been handy for me. And yeah, I've been enjoying it. Do you know, right? Here's a funny one, right? Here's a funny one. See what Maestro said there. I like those Mikado biscuits they have in Ireland, right? So if I don't know if you can get them in the UK, I certainly haven't seen them, but they're a really nice biscuit. They're really nice. There's jam in the middle, and they've two kind of marshmallowy things on the side, and they're very nice. They're goated, right? They would be probably goated as well, but they're called Mikado, right? That's the name of them, Mikado. There was a guy I went to school with, second. So even now thinking about it, I just laugh. And like he named those biscuits. So his parents called those biscuits something else, right? So they didn't call them Mikado, which, albeit, it does look a little bit sus, the spelling. And he went in and goes, "Oh, boys, I'm after bringing in a packet of Mikadoos." And we were all like, "Say what?" We're about 14. We were all like, "You brought what in?" Mikadoos. And he didn't show us what it was, so we were like, what the hell is he on about?" And we were thinking, like, is he got like we genuinely were thinking, is he got like a dildo or something in there when he said Mikado? And then he brings him out. We're like, yeah, Mikado, mate. Mikado. Never call him that again. Is Jaffa cake a biscuit? Yeah. Yeah, Jaffa cake is definitely a biscuit. Jaffa cake is definitely a biscuit. Well, there ain't any boxing going on, so we can talk about other things. On proper protein bars, I'm all ears. Do you remember? I don't think you can get them anymore, but do you remember? Was it the Quest protein bars? About 10 years ago, they were a big thing. They were the best protein bars I ever tried. There was no like chocolate or anything in them, right? They were just, I forget what they were made of, right? But they were made of obviously protein. But what I found out to do with them was, and this was goated, right? Because I worked in the gym and we used to sell them, but we always used to take freebies. And you get some hot water, put the bar in, right? And bear in mind, there's no chocolate in it, so it's not going to melt, but it would just melt the protein down a bit. Oh man, it was something else. I think they were called Quest protein bars, and the Oreo one was just goated. And after that, they were goated though. Those Quest throwback bars, they were flipping. They were the they were the bee's knees. Like they've never made one that was as nice as them. And the variety you had so much variety with them as well. It was crazy. They were great. Um, yeah, from see right now, they're all kind of just a little bit. They're glorified, just sugary bars now. To be honest with you, but we have a fight on. And I want to see these guys. And turn this up a little bit. Let's have a little bit. So who's this Jordan McCann guy? Let's have a listen. All right, let's have a look at this. Right, the final. I beat a final boss versus. Oh wow! Oh whoa! 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 Oh man! Oh, oh, look at the ref. What's the referee doing? Getting oh, that was crazy. If he gets knocked out in the first round, he can never go back to Tyson Fury after that. Oh man, they are swinging for the fences. Fun. Oh man, This Jordan McCann guy, man, he is. Whoa. Oh man, he is hurt. Oh man, oh yeah, he is done. Oh, there he goes. Jeez, I thought the ground just shook there when he hit the ground. This is hilarious, man. This is why I'm watching it, because are you not entertained, as Dubois said? Man, these two are going out of hell for leather, aren't they? Oh, and he is done. Oh, that's it. Wow. These guys, that is crazy. His legs are all over the place, by the way, that Jordan McCann. Oh, wow. He needs to be so careful doing that. Running in and just no regard for, and you can, why is he? He's going to pull his shoulder. He's going to pop his shoulder out of place doing that. And then he just walks into some more shots. And look at that. This is crazy. Oh, oh, wow. Like, who trained this guy? This guy, right? If his corner have any sympathy, they'll put, oh, God damn. Oh, God. And both these guys are absolutely knackered, by the way, as well. Now, boys, in the chat, telling me that wasn't entertaining. That's one round down, and there's more entertainment in that one round than a Devin Haney fight. Yes, there is. A big up to Temper every single time, man. Fight won't be shown. It's just a live reaction. A big up to Temper every time, man. That was hilarious. That was absolutely flipping hilarious, that first round. That guy, McCann, has literally no regard for defense or anything. I mean, the guy literally is just, he's like a guy, you know, as John Fury would say, on the hard road, you know, just chucking haymakers without even, like, look at some of these replays. Like, he literally comes out and is walking into shots and throwing these huge haymakers. He gets hit at the top of the head. That didn't even look like a powerful shot. So the guy obviously has a John Fury level chin. And geez, look at this. I mean, these guys. See, that's why novice boxing can be quite fun at times, because both of them are nervous. Both of them have no real regard for defense. And so when you're as novice as that, if you just keep your shape, because the guys are going to do what this guy's going to do, and he's going to swing in. You're going to see him coming a mile away, and just keep your shape. Don't panic, and just worry about, like, he's going to miss. So just think about counterpunching. Think a shot ahead, because you can see the shot coming. So this guy here is just coming in, swinging haymakers, missing, right? Leaving himself off balance. And all you need to do is just spot it, take a little step to the side, and boom, 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 like that. Because that guy there, he's missing again. He's in the corner. And what's the referee doing? Like, the referee, what is he doing? There's no need to get involved there. Yes, Jesse Bam Rodriguez is fighting tonight. I'll be doing a review of that in the morning. They really are looking to set up him versus Inoue. And you know I love Bam. He's probably he's definitely in my top 5 favorite current fighters to watch. I love watching Jesse Bam Rodriguez. But I'm enjoying this fight too. Oh my God, look at this. This is funny. And that guy, even still, he has to fix his hair. And oh man. Blimey. And look, but here's the thing. Look at the people in the audience. Look at them all. They're up on their feet and they're smiling. Is that not a good thing? Is that not a good thing, mate? 30 seconds left, and this is a 4-rounder. These guys, it is hilarious seeing what they are doing in there. They are going to be, like, how he has the stamina to fight like that is beyond me, because he's going to get absolutely knackered. The other guy isn't much better, but he's just a little bit more composed. And he's not swinging wild right hands. He's winning these rounds, but jeez Louise, look, oh. And this guy, man, I mean, wowie. It's just anything in the name of entertainment. But that's why Car Crash TV can be fun. I mean, that's why when you, like, I never watched it. I just see the odd clip pop up online. But when you see clips of things like Jerry Springer and stuff like that from the 90s, like, that was quintessential Car Crash TV. You know, that almost, I think some of it was fake. But that was like people loved it because there's just something about it's going to be no one's going to take it serious. You're not meant to take it serious, but you're just gonna low key enjoy it. And that's essentially what I've been doing. And by the way, we've got 280 people in the building. So if you could just consider hitting the like button with 77 likes, and if you could also please consider hitting the subscribe button as well, that would really appreciate. I'd really appreciate if you all could hit the subscribe button. That would be great. Car Crash Boxing would never pay for it. Well, I haven't paid for it. Right? I'm lucky. I haven't paid for it. So that's why you have to reap the benefits of not paying for some of these things. So I get it free with the zone. You got to reap the benefits of it, which I am. All right, round 3 is underway. Referee having words with them as if, this has been, as if they're going to actually. Thanks for the reminder to like. Always. I'm victim of it as well. I could be watching someone's live and they'll say, like, I'm like, oh, crap, I haven't liked the video or I haven't. You forget. And they're both knackered now. These guys. Oh, he's still swatting. No, there it is. Yeah, they're both still swinging. Did that mouthpiece come out? Well, if it has, you're an idiot because you shouldn't be bragging about your mouthpiece coming out. You can get your teeth knocked out. But yeah, he is losing this fight, but he is fighting with an arrogant swag about him, even though he's been down. He literally looks. Man, is this is crazy. And I don't even think they're fighting the full 3-minute rounds, are they? Looks like they're only fighting 2-minute rounds. And he's already knackered. Oh, but he's coming back on here, McCann, against Ibiza final boss. Yeah, he definitely looks like someone who would like to be out in Ibiza, to be fair. And in the amount of times he's hit this guy and the amount of clean shots he's hit this guy with, who's clearly knackered. I mean, he really is the quintessential. I'm from Ibiza, I took a what in Ibiza. Yeah, yeah, I'll believe it. Oh, well, believe it. And you can't crack an egg. This guy with the haymakers, I mean, he's doing his best Dave Allen impression for just swinging a cricket ball right hand. I think that's what you can call him, a cricket ball right hand. He just swings them in. You got 30 seconds. Yeah, both guys are absolutely spent at this stage, so neither guy is throwing any shots. So I think the fun part of this fight is well and truly over because that boss guy is not going to throw anything because he's afraid. He's waiting for him to come in with something. And the other guy, McCann, is absolutely knackered. He's probably winning this round, to be fair, just on activity. And he actually, lands a decent shot there. And turns. Oh, man. These guys, I swear. Yeah. Schoolyard fighting. That's what it is. It is kind of. You can barely sit on the chair. Oh, my God. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. But it is. Do you remember those schoolyard fights? I remember back in the day when especially when I was in secondary school, because there was a lot of wrong'uns around my secondary school, and some of the scraps they used to get into, god damn. Like, and I mean, like, in primary school, they didn't really do schoolyard fights, but when I went to secondary school, they did. And some of those guys, they were vicious. Like, some of those schoolyard scraps that we saw, I mean, damn. Like, you've two one-on-one. And I mean, they were inflicting some serious damage on one another at times in there. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy back then. Like the Wild Wild West. Not really, but they certainly knew how to inflict damage in a short period of time. He bit him in the ear? Really? McCann bit him in the ear. But he looks like a dirty fighter. He looks like someone, yeah, they are doing 2-minute rounds. He looks like someone who's a dirty fighter. And what is he doing here? Is he... What on earth? Oh, wow. Yeah, it does look like there's a mark there. What are they doing? Hang on. Well, you bit him once, that's enough. Let me see it. Damn, yeah, he did. Proper John Fury attitude coming out in him. And man. Hands down. Man's biting and he's got 2 left feet and he still walks into shots. Crazy. I mean, he's lucky. I mean, wow. Talk about getting lost in there. With the referee here, wow, look at this guy waddle. He's waddling. Man's waddling around the ring. He hasn't a. Oh, I don't know. Jesus. And this boss guy, what's this guy's real name? Because obviously he's not going to. Obviously it's not his name. I beat the final boss. But god damn, he's just as bad too. I have a minute left to go, and no, we are just doing a reaction. No, Toby. Is that his name? Toby. Yes, because of copyrights. Thank you to Admiral Big AI. Well, they went out the ring. Yeah, this is messy now. This is actually getting very messy now. And this guy, look how knackered he is, and the referee isn't stopping the bell. He's not stopping the clock. So whatever idiot the timekeeper is letting the clock go. So we've got 30 seconds left. They may as well just they may as well just go for it now in the last few seconds. Let's see. Let's see what they do. These guys, bloody hell. And you can tell this is the kind of fight that's going to carry on after. All right, last 10 seconds of a foot. This was a fun little fight. I'm not going to lie. This McCann guy is terrible. This other guy is equally as bad. And they are just going in there and they're going to keep fighting after the bell. You do know that. Like the referee needs to be jumping in there ASAP. ASAP. What if they had a mirror on behind? Does that count? I think there's loopholes. I'm pretty sure there is loopholes around some copyright things like that, where if you had, like, say, a mirror in the background, I'm sure you probably could get away with it. Like, not that anyone's going to watch it like that. No one could be that desperate, you would imagine. But there probably is some loopholes they could use like that. And these are still fighting, man. This fight should have ended long ago. I told you this was going to carry on. Because that bell should have long since gone. And what's he doing with this guy? What's he doing with... Oh. What is he doing with this guy? Why, are you docking a point from him? Who's absolutely out of it? These gangsters are pathetic. Are they? Is that what they say they are? They want to be gangsters? Because both of them just look... Yeah. The final boss. Man with the head tattoo is brilliant. Because we all think it's a good idea to get a tattoo on our head and face. Brilliant. That was fun. I will say that. I think I'm just going to actually look at the running of this show. I think there's only one fight on after this, which I think is that Taylor fight, if I'm not mistaken. The Taylor versus Floyd fight. Matty Floyd, that is. No. So you have Big Stacks versus Arms Culleone. That should be fun, actually. And then you've got Taylor versus Floyd. But they're only... That next one's a 4-round, then a 6-round, then an 8-rounder. So this should be getting the show on the road pretty quick. 2 more before main event. Yeah, but they're going to be... they're not going to be long fights. They're not going to be long. I am just curious to see if Tommy Fury is improved at all. Because he's going to be in there with a bodybuilder. Well, he's not a bodybuilder. But he's going to be in there with a strong man who probably has worse stamina than these guys in terms of, cardiovascular stamina. So that's where it's going to be interesting. Can Tommy Fury actually do something with Eddie Hall? I suspect not. Just me personally. Next one is also a body shock. What? Oh, is that the one? Is he the guy who got... Really? It's a body shot? Oh, that's pretty BS. Is he the guy who got hit by the thing? Man, that guy, McCann, looks out of it. I mean, he literally looks out of it. Get the bag. I'm not going to read it. I get what you mean. No, he's not. He's not a good boxer at all. Yeah, I hit him in the mouth the other day. That was where it is. I knew one of them did that. Yeah, that guy, like, he just looks scummy. Everything about that guy just screams out, scum. basically. And the way he was fighting in there was just, yeah. That is why it always does amaze me, though, when you see like the average Joe Blow who thinks they're a hard man, and then they're like, I'm going to try boxing, and they literally look like that guy, not in terms of facially, but just how he looks in the ring, and then they realize, hang on a minute, just because I think myself a hard man, these guys are absolutely peppering me, and their shots hurt. Yeah, that's what happens when you trained. Fury has no defense or jab. He will stop mauling him. He will stop mauling him. Oh, how will he stop mauling him? He shouldn't. Oh, yeah. Who wins this fight? Oh, wow. Surely should be the Ibiza guy. Wow, there's an achievement. I hope Eddie Hall channels his inner David to it. I mean, again, right? If you're someone like a Tommy Fury, and this is the problem, right? And I think this is why you have to like. If you ever see like the way Shane is, he's always kind of a little bit. I'm sure he loves Tommy, but like you can tell Shane, and Shane's one of the more real guys out of Team Fury. You can tell that Shane probably doesn't like the way Tommy has been going about things, and I can't really blame him for that. Get rid of that. There we go. And I can't really blame him for that. And thank you, Fractured. I saw you. I beat you to it, but now they've been here before. We get the bots. We love them. Oh, we do. We must be doing something right if the bots are leaving links. But yeah, Shane kind of strikes me as someone who I think he wants Tommy to at least, if nothing else, try real boxing. But I think Tommy knows himself. I mean, we knew that from the get-go. And Tommy Fury is doing what Johnny Fisher should be doing. Because there's no reason why Johnny Fisher shouldn't be doing Misfits, because he can make an absolute boss amount of money. I just saw the name come up there. And you can try, because both guys are still young enough to do real boxing, when you've made the bank. Do you actually show the fight? I found loads that don't. Yes, it's called a live watch along, so we don't show footage of the fight. At most you'll get is, me turning the volume up, stuff like that. That's about as most as you'll get, because we can't show footage, otherwise they will copyright the hell out of us. Can I watch the fight for free anyway? Because I'm low key broke. Okay, so if you go, this is a PPV dot TOO. If you type in that, that's where I watch all other sports. All right, type in that. I was only on it earlier. I was watching the darts in F1. So yeah, that would be who I'd recommend. PPV.TOO. And it's a good little website. What was it again? PPV.TOO. So PPV.TOO. That is my go-to website, because that's where I get all my sport. That's not on DAZN or Netflix, if Netflix are showing boxing. DAZN I'm okay with. Yes, it's well, yeah, absolutely. And what I like about it, it actually shows you the concurrent viewers of any sport that's on. So I'm not going to obviously show it, but it tells you how many people are watching on their website. That live sport doesn't load. It should load, because I was only using it today. I was watching the darts before I went live. Sorry, ppv.210, not 2. ppv.to. TO. Apologies if anyone typed it in with 2 and got that wrong. That was my bad. It's a good little website. It's currently telling me, well, it's got the football on now. Currently it has 600. Actually, oh no, it doesn't. It's got way more. Yeah, I was thinking actually I've got more people in my life. That no, it's got way more watching Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul on the app. on that thing, like 6,000 people. I was thinking, damn, I've got more people on here than I do on my thing. No, no, yeah, no, I don't. I don't. A big up to Matt every time. AG man, I hope you're doing great. Great seeing you at the last Green Share Live. Got a pic with you as well. Yeah, man, send me it on. Actually, I love seeing those pics. Send me it on if you could, man. Are you going to do this one as well? Am I going to do the next Green Chair Live? Am I going to do the next Green Chair Live? Well, considering last Sunday me and Ade met up specifically to discuss the next Green Chair Live, yes. Yeah, no, I will be. We chatted about like who obviously I'm gonna be on it. Thank God. Very happy about that. And obviously we chatted about who we think, could be on and stuff like that. So it's a couple of months away. But we're looking forward to it. And obviously it's going to be in the bigger room this time. Because obviously you were there last time around and you saw where it was. That was a great room, by the way. It was really good. But they had a bigger room and you absolutely could have filled that. And they definitely are going to fill that. They're definitely going to fill that room as well. And the thing is, right, because that other room looked so good because we didn't actually see it. But what we did, oh dear. He is an aggressive one, this one. Oh, thank you. Fractured already. So yeah, he was coming in hot with the links. Blimey. He was coming in firing with those links. But yeah, we were backstage. So we were in like kind of the green room backstage, me, Dev, Spencer Oliver and such, right? And we could see Ade on one screen, but on the other screen, I think it was some history show or something like that they had in the big room. And the big room, it did look good. Like just watching it on the TV, on the monitors, it looked good. Surprised you can cover this circuit. Had you down as a purist. I'm a purist in every sense, but it entertains me. So that's why I'm doing it, man. Get AJ, man. Look forward to seeing you again. Look forward to discussing AJ Fury as well with you. Well, hopefully, in fact, it definitely will be. I would imagine it's going to be well announced by then. And yeah, I think we're going to have a lot to discuss on that, man. That was the funny thing, right? Loads of people asked me about AJ Fury last time, and my opinion hasn't changed. It genuinely hasn't changed. It genuinely hasn't changed. It really, really hasn't. It's still the same. I think Fury wins, but look, I'm there to be proven wrong. I'm there to be proven wrong, and let's see. And let's see. That's good, G-Man. Do you think there's a possibility of a rematch between Jake Paul and Tommy Fumbles? Tommy Fumbles. Well, yeah. I mean, I've been saying that for a while. If they did, whether Jake decides to go back into boxing after the AJ fight, that's another question. But if he does decide and he does fight Tommy Fury, at least what you could say about Jake Paul is that he's actually shown signs of improvement and he's actually stayed consistent with it. Tommy Fury seems to have one fight every 2 years at a really low level, so he's not developed at all. He's more interested in being, a celeb, him and Molly May and this, that, and the other, and I think he's got another kid now as well. God knows. God only knows what he's going to call that kid because he's called his first name Bambi. Really? The kid has to live with that name, like not you. So God knows what he's going to call this one. But yeah. Do any boxers ever text you or call you? Do any boxers ever text me or call me? Not really. Like I'd be on good terms with a couple of boxers. I've met a few and had some dealings with good dealings now, of course. I would speak more so with I've a couple of managers, like boxing managers and stuff like that, who I would speak to on a reasonably regular basis. I mean, there's a couple of them out there that they have my number. We text. In fact, actually, I sent one manager in particular a voice note during the Usyk Verhoeven fight. If those who were locked in will see that. So I would be on very good terms with a couple of boxing managers and people like that. And obviously in the media, I mean, I'm on, God, I mean, how many people? Loads, between, Dev, other people, stuff like that. There's loads. Did I see quality? Yeah, that website that I told people about, that's where I watch all things F1. I watch, and it has a good selection as well of commentary. So I watch quality there. Um, I wasn't surprised George looked faster all weekend. He did. He needs this win because if he doesn't win this, I mean that's it. It's a wrap. And Kimi surprised the hell out of me this season. I really wasn't impressed with him last season. I didn't think he had this level of form in him. But saying that, Max Verstappen, Max was impressive. He always was, but he was very erratic. And I don't like Kimi wasn't as erratic last season, but he just didn't show natural talent. Certainly not to me anyway. But blimey, this generation of cars, he has serious talent. You said that last time I saw you. I just don't see Fury beating AJ. I think AJ is Fury's number. I don't see Fury beating AJ on points because I think AJ will get to him eventually. I mean, it's possible. And listen, there's no doubt in my mind that if AJ does get Fury in trouble, he'll probably go for it. In fact, he'll probably go for broke. I just don't know if AJ has it in to pull that trigger anymore. And I think that, as well as that, although neither guy is in their prime, I think that Fury, if you look at Fury aesthetically, oh boy, I mean, he is not looking in good shape, but he can still fight and he still has something about him. He still has a confidence in the ring. AJ, on the other hand, he always looks in good shape, but I wouldn't be shocked if when he fight, the Pranka fight will tell us a lot about him because we've nothing to go by with AJ since the Dubois fight. The Jake Paul fight told us nothing. Then he had the crash. So we'll really know with the Pranka fight. That's really going to tell us it all. You keep saying Mosa Telma's next fight is the asset test from White to Franklin. Now you say this again about Hrgovic. Well, yeah, because there's a progressive step up. So each fight should tell us something. So the White fight told us nothing. The Franklin fight really did tell us nothing. Hrgovic is better than both of those guys. He is much, much, much better than both of those guys, and he's much more durable. He's technically better. It will tell us something. What part of Dublin am I from? I am from Swords, in the north side of Dublin, K67. I wouldn't say that Jordan guy got filled in, but he certainly lost. He certainly made an absolute show of himself. Me too, Walter. Going back to will you be watching them come out? And I did see Lewis in P2. That was a bit of a surprise. Wilder Miller, I would say Miller would win that fight. I mean, if Chisora can do that if Chisora can have that much success against Deontay Wilder, then Jarrell Miller definitely can. Jarrell Miller definitely can. Because I think Jarrell Miller is fresher than, he definitely fresher than Chisora. So yeah, I think that Jarrell Miller, and there's a lot of beef there. There's an awful lot of beef between the two of them. I think it stems from, I mean, red flag central for Deontay Wilder. I mean, I think it stems from that Tally Swift girl, the girl that he used to be. Was he married to her or did he just date her? I know he had a baby with her, or at least I think he did anyway. And I know a lot of stuff. I mean, apparently she was passed around a lot of boxers, which just, you know, yes, hit the like button. If you could, please hit the like button. We've got nearly 600 concurrent viewers and we need to get the likes up. And if you could as well, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. We're at 30,412. Let's get let's hit that, please. Just hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. I would greatly appreciate it. If you could just hit that like button, I would appreciate it. Hit the like and hit the subscribe button. That'd be nice, man. That'd be nice. I'd grandly appreciate it. I have no idea who that is. I've literally none, man. No idea who that is. How do you feel about fighters constantly blowing? I thought you were saying something different there. Blowing Turkey Alashik up for big money fights. Well, it's to be expected. I mean, I guess they know he's the guy with the money. They know that that's what they want. So, but the thing is, they need to actually show Turkey that they're worth, having him on the show. At the end of the day, how many more fights until Eddie? 2 more. And the good thing is, this is only going to be a short fight. It's only 4 rounds. Apparently, it's only body sparring, which is just like, you know, damn. I mean, I get it, but, you know, LOL, he's from Dublin. You should know him. You do realize Dublin is a big place. Like, it's like, what? Dublin is like, it's a big place. There's over 1 million people in Dublin, or certainly close to. If there's not, there's certainly close to. Yeah, I have no idea who he is. To be honest, I can't blame them. I mean, get a turkey fight, you've won the lotto. Basically, yeah. Basically, you get a turkey fight, you win the lotto. Because and there's 8 million in London. Yeah, I know. 8 million in the whole of London. But yeah, you get on one of these Riyadh shows with Turkey. I mean, there you go. You have hit the bag. And that's why so many of them want to fight on Turkey shows. I want to hang on a minute. Boom. I beat you all too on that one. Oh no, Adam beat me on that one. How does splitting the G that annoy you? How much? It doesn't really. I mean, it's a kind of a whole gimmicky kind of thing. You know, people have said it to me, but like, "Oh, do you split?" I'm like, no. Like, it's a kind of a gimmicky thing that came about over the last few years. It don't bother me. Anyone betting on the Fury fight, I would bet that it goes the distance. I would bet that it goes the distance. But aside from that, I wouldn't put any. Well, I don't put any money on fights anyway. But I would bet that it probably would go the distance if nothing else. If nothing else, I think that it would go the distance. And for the people asking, and we're going to show the fight, this is live watch along, no footage. We do a live reaction. We do a bit of commentary. And BJ Flores is commentating. So BJ Flores is he has his moments, but he wouldn't be one of my preferred commentators. He has his moments. BJ Flores on commentary. He does. But yeah. What do I think of Tipperary? I've only ever driven through Tipperary. I've never actually stayed in it. Yeah, there's not a lot in it, truth be told. It's a lot of green fields, but it's never been a place I've been compelled really to visit, to be honest with you. It's a yeah, there ain't much that really is there for me to want to go and see. And I don't live in Ireland anymore anyway, so if I'm ever home, I tend to spend, time at home. I think AJ could ever become a world champion again. Yes, he probably could in the right circumstances, though. I mean, like, do I think that he could go in there and fight a Telma for a vacant title and beat him? No. Do I think that something like Tony Yoka beating Murat Gassiev, maybe Usyk vacating Gassiev or Yoka being elevated the full champion and AJ fighting the winner and winning? Yeah, I could see that. I genuinely could. I could see him. AJ Yoka, I would probably favor AJ still. Likewise with Gassiev. But do I think he could beat Dubois again? No. Do I think he could fight someone like an Atelma for a vacant title? No. Do I think even a Frank Sanchez? Probably not. No. Probably not. No. I'm interested in this fight is Eddie. I followed Eddie's training for years. No gas tank, of course, but he can punch hard. He does have the hardest punch on record. You're absolutely right about that. You are very, very right about that. He does have the hardest punch on record, but it's one thing to have it, but as we all know, hitting a static target, something that's not moving, is easy. You can load up, you can swing for the fences, and there you go, boom, bang, see you later. I've never actually been there, but I would love to go. I would love to go to the Dingle Peninsula. I've never been. I've been to County Kerry, but I've never been there. I would love to go there. I'd say it's absolutely beautiful. I would say it is absolutely beautiful. So here we go. We have Arms Cullion versus Big Stacks. Apparently, this is only going to be a body punch fight. I remember Arms Cullion a couple of years ago. He fought a guy in, I guess it was kind of like the precursor to Misfits, but it was MMA. And I forget the guy's name, something Bouncer versus Arms Cullion. And it was awful. Awful. They just stayed on the ground the entire time. I think it was like 3 rounds. And obviously it was 5-minute rounds. And yeah, it was awful. The old Borough Pub and Swords. I remember that. It's now a Witherspoons. They turned it in there. They turned it into a Witherspoons years ago. Like, I mean, about 10 years more, actually. Years ago, they turned that into a Witherspoons, I think around 2013. So, yeah, it was 5 rounds. It was awful. You remember it. It was horrible. Because that's why you can't really, you see, that's why boxing is so much better for this kind of stuff. Because you can do things like this. Obviously, this will be a body spar, unfortunately, so nothing's really going to happen because you never really get much in body sparring. But if you think of it like this, right? If MMA, if you just start, you just pulling people down to the ground, you're holding them down, and this, that, and the other, and all this nonsense. Whereas boxing, you're throwing punches. You can't just, spoil your way and this, that, and the other. You can't just do that. You can't beat a proper Dublin pub. Yeah, you probably can't. Let's go. We've got 4 rounds. Let's have a listen. Round 1. I want to see how this is going to work with body only. How's this going to work? Yeah, they are not body putting. Yeah, they are going head hunting straight away. Look at this. There you go. Headshots. There you go. Now, this should be fun, actually. Both these guys are absolutely massive. Like arms, that's the name. Look at his arms. They are huge. Oh, now they are going back to the body. Well, 1 headshot's already landed, so you may as well. Oh, no, they are definitely stick with body shots. I was actually kind of hopeful for a sec that they would go to the head. But they are only doing 2-minute rounds. It has to be said. It has to be said. They are only doing 2-minute rounds, so this should end reasonably quickly. We then go into the co-main event, and then we're then into the main event. And again, that's actually some good work. Like body sparring, for those who don't know, a lot of times when you're getting novices in, they will just body spar because it's a great way of getting someone comfy in the ring. They're not going to get hurt. Although you could, if you just don't defend yourself and you get hit with a good body shot, you probably will get hurt. But it's great for just getting people comfy in the ring and just learning the basics. You're throwing your body shots. You're not worried about getting hit in the head. You just feel comfy moving around the ring. It's a great way to get people ready. And then obviously you bring in the headshots. You bring them in then. And this is the problem with body sparring. You just literally just tight guard down there. You can't penetrate it. It ain't gonna happen. Excuse me. So yeah, that's a little bit. I did think that they would just, because Misfits, no one pays attention to the rules in Misfits. I did think they would throw some haymakers to the head, but they ain't, unfortunately. They ain't. So not only are they mates trying to sell a fight, they're just body sparring, basically. Which kind of ruins it. Which kind of does ruin the buzz a bit. They are body sparring because, yeah, Jordan McCann is an idiot. We know that. We know Jordan McCann is we've seen him. We've seen Jordan McCann. We know what he's about. And it ain't about fighting. Maybe it's about being an idiot, but it sure ain't about fighting. Just be glad this is only a 4-rounder. And how do you even score a body spar? Like, how do you even score it? Like, that actually is how do you actually score a body spar? Because you're just going to give it the guy more active? You have to, because it's not really anything to a body spar, isn't there now? So, yeah. They'll probably just do it like that. They'll only score it like that. The pay-per-view doesn't even work. That's great. Oh, you mean the thing is, are you typing in, it's ppv.to, and that should work for you fine. All right, round 2. And again, thank Christ this is only a 4-rounder. And thank Christ it's only 2-minute rounds. Because, yeah, like, how do you, like, again, how does a judge, and some of those are headshots going in as well, by the way, but that is, mate, what? Yeah, neither guy really looking, again, if they could throw headshots, that'd be way more fun. And Arms is getting the better of it has to be said. He is getting the better of whatever they're doing. But when is the main event, Eddie Tommy? So there's one more fight after this. which is a 6-rounder, and I think they're doing 2-minute rounds as well. So he's bleeding. Oh, that's the eye that was cut, so he's bleeding over. Well, of course, that's why they can't, because that guy's an idiot. It was supposed to be. Someone said, yeah. It was supposed to. That's why I set the live for 9:30, because they said it would be. They said it would be 10:30 when they got the ring walks. It ain't that. That eye is bad. They might have to stop that. Because that, even though he's not going to get any shots on it, that eye is looking pretty damn bad, and that's going to affect him. He's not even doing particularly well in there either. Oh, he is actually taking some body. Imagine being in a body spar and you're having to hold on now. Yeah, that eye is not looking good at all. I know it's misfits, but you might want to get the doctor in to have a look at that, because that don't look good. And that's the problem. I mean, if you pulled out over, an idiot, taking a shot at you and, cutting you, I mean, it's not your fault. It's just some idiot being an idiot. Who's fighting now? It is Arms Cullion versus Big Stacks. Big Stacks is cut. He's cutting the body spar. Brilliant. But that eye is looking a bit nasty. It's looking a bit nasty, but he's only got 4 minutes to go. He's only got 4 minutes to go. Whose eye? Big Stacks' eye. Eye is cut. And backstage, there is Anthony Taylor with a room full of models. Man's living the life. That's just, again, that's very Misfit-esque, isn't it? Room full of models. There you go. While he's hitting the pads. And Anthony Taylor's pretty terrible. It has to be said. He is pretty awful. Get rid of. Yeah, the bots are out in force tonight, aren't they? Why are they airing this fight? Well, originally it was going to be full contact, as in, heads, body, everything. And when are Tommy and Eddie fighting? They should be fighting within the hour, because this will be over now in a few minutes. It's the third round of a 4-rounder, and there is only, they're only doing 2-minute rounds. So they'll get the co-main on, and then that's a 6-rounder. They'll get that out of the way, and then boom, we're into the main. So this should be over pretty damn quick. This fight won't be over. This fight will be over quick, but we ain't going to see a knockout here. It's a body spar. You ain't going to get to see that. Who is the broadcaster? It is The Zone. The Zone broadcasting this. Where can I watch a backroom stream? Asking for a friend. ppv.to. Type that in. I use it all the time. No issues. No issue. Can I give a shout out to Rob from Kitty? Big up to Rob. How are you, my man? Big up to you. Should the Juggernaut? Well, he's not in there with much. He's not going to be in there with much, Joe Joyce. So he may as well just come back just for the laugh. He might be terrible, but he's a good talker, and he doesn't mind a loss or two. Perfect for Misfits. That was, well, you could be garbage, but if you're a decent talker, you are perfect for Misfits. I mean, there are some absolute idiots who get on these Misfit shows. And when I say they are degenerate, to say the least. Misfits, the name is in it. They could lose 5 in a row and people would still, have them back in a heartbeat. I mean, for God's sake, we had Boogie 2988 fight Wings of Redemption a couple of years ago. That was hilarious, that. And yes, smash the like button and hit subscribe. If you could, please, people, I would greatly appreciate it, because we are growing a bit. We want to keep this gravy train going. So if you could hit the like and hit subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it as well. And yes, if you do want to see the fight, are you going to show us the fight? I am not going to be showing you the fight. It's a live reaction. If I show you the fight, I will get an absolute you-know-what of a copyright strike. And that was one of Hatman's GOAT videos. That was legendary. He didn't even need to do anything. The laugh alone. I could even hear that, lad. That was hilarious. Yeah, unfortunately. I always do, whenever I do a watch-along, I always do get asked, are you showing this fight? But that's real boxing. Never have I been asked as much doing this watch-along. And we've only just gone over the hour mark as well. I don't expect to be here another hour, but you never know. I won't be here another hour. But I actually am enjoying this. It's a bit more of a laid-back live, isn't it? We're watching a bit of boxing. We're having a bit of a laugh. And it's a bit more of a laid back feel to it, isn't it? Certainly, I think it is anyway. And thank you to anyone who has hit the like and subscribe button. I am greatly appreciating that as well. And there you go. You see, we're getting the likes up, we're getting the thumbs up. It's going well in here, people. We're doing well. We're happy out. 164 likes, and we've got over 600 people in the building. Not bad for an evening's work, people. Not bad for an evening's work. I'm quite happy about that. Did you watch Jay Jones? She looks decent. Yeah, she does actually, to be fair. She comes from a taekwondo background, so she's got a little bit of combat experience. So she looks comfy in the ring. You can tell that. You can tell that she's done some form of training. Fraction's got to make a quick call. I will chat to you in a bit, man. Take your time. There's no rush. And shout out to G, man. I'll always be that. The intros are still there. Now and again, I chuck the old tie and boot intro into a video just to remind you all that it is still so. I still have them saved. The shout out to G-Man Box, and even though the channel's not called that anymore, but I still have them saved. They are still there, archived for when I feel like I need them. For when I feel like I need them, they are still there. I bloody knew it. No. Me and Adam are hold down the fort. We'll hold down the fort with the bots. Yeah, they are very aggressive tonight, the bots. They really are out in force with those links that we don't need. Yeah, to be honest with you, this one I'm not really paying that much. Like, look at that. Like, not really paying that much attention to. Because of the simple reason that this is just like I said, it's a body spar. It's and they stopped the fight. Imagine that. You get stopped in a body spar. Wow. Arms Cullion just stop big stacks in a body spar. Wow. I'm watching. It's been a few years now, Liam. Still watching. I know. We've changed. A few years ago, no one ever would have thought that the channel would be under my real name. Neither would I, to be honest with you. Hit the like, not the pipes. TKO, body shot, TKO. Yeah, referee jumped in and he stopped that. As I am getting rid of that. Well, of course, the hardest man in Britain, as someone's asking there, was quite clearly John Fury. At least he thinks he is. Do you know what? Has anyone seen the clip of John Fury yesterday being interviewed by Wade and Jordan Banjo and Anna Woolhouse? Anna Woolhouse got more than she bargained for with John Fury. Anna Woolhouse got way more than she bargained for with John Fury. When he started, he started swearing. Okay, you expect that. And then he started, talking about things that, shot out of him in the past. And you could tell, you couldn't see Anna Woolhouse in the clip. I'd say she was, Anna Woolhouse coming from Sky, right? Sky would never even remotely allow, they would instantly shut, as soon as John Fury starts swearing, they will just shut him off, right? So the fact that he's swearing it for one thing, and then he's making, references about his, his manhood and saying what it produces, Anna Woolhouse must have felt like, what on earth have I signed up for? That's his brand entirely gone. Well, if he said he's the hardest man in Britain and he's gone into a body spar and been stopped TKO'd in a body spar, then that's a pretty damn bad look. That ain't a good look at all. unbeaten won that fight. That was hilarious, that fight, by the way. That was hilarious. Both guys. That fight right there was just quintessential car crash. That was flipping hilarious, that fight. It genuinely was. Get him in with, oh yeah, Arms Cullion versus Caballero, the king of the body punchers. That would be the battle of the body punchers. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? The battle of the body punchers. And now we have 2 more fights left. We have only got 2 more fights left. Anthony Taylor versus Matty Floyd. Sorry. Matt Floyd versus Anthony Taylor, and then Tommy Fury versus Eddie Hall. I'm low key excited to see what Eddie Hall does in there with Tommy Fury. I am. I really am. He is pretty disgusting. John Fury is a real attendant. Oh God, yeah. I mean, that's all John Fury is ever about. John Fury is absolutely just obsessed with being front and center. And I think that's one thing Tyson does now, and I think that's why Tyson is trying to limit John being involved with the team, because he always has to make something about himself. Like, everything has to be about John Fury. He is the center of everything. And, you know, when he did that press conference with Tyson back for the Makhmadov press conference, and John Fury said, "You know what? I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm not about attention. I'm gonna give it to, what was it, Spencer Brown." And no sooner did he do that, he goes and tries to start and confront Carl Froch. Just John Fury, ladies and gentlemen. How many rounds? It is 8 rounds, I believe. If yes, it is. It's 8 rounds. Tommy Fury and Eddie Hall is 8 rounds. First time listening to my commentary. Well, I hope you're going to enjoy it, mate. I hope we're going to enjoy it a lot better when we get the actual fight on. But we're having fun, man. We're having fun with this, and yeah, we're having fun, man. We're gonna be good. It's gonna be a good. I'm pretty sure it is an 8 rounder. In fact, on the Wikipedia page, it says it is, and I'm sure on BoxRec it had it down as well as an 8 rounder. I'm just gonna confirm that, because Misfits record, it is. Go on to his Misfits record. It's an 8 rounder. Yeah, it is an 8 rounder. Nah, you're good, man. You're good. You're all good. Yeah, no, it says on everything that it's an 8 rounder. So 8 rounds for Tommy Fury. And who's this guy? Who's the guy squaring up to arms in there? Oh, it's 2 minutes. Oh, it would be. Okay, that's interesting. Well, actually, if it's 2 minute rounds, does that not favor Eddie Hall a little bit? No, I will have the commentary on for the ring walks, but we ain't showing anything. Oh yeah, these guys are going at it. Oh, damn. Arms throwing hands in there. Look, even Way's trying to hold them back. I don't think they're paying Wade for security either. Oh man, he is. Someone says legs, arms versus legs. Man, they are going at it in there. So who was the guy? Who is the guy that was kicked off? Who is that guy? Because I have no idea who the hell he is. But he is not happy with Arms Cullion, I tell you that. I watched some of Eddie Hall's sparring. He looks really awful. I'm not surprised. I'm sure he would look really awful. He's good, mate. It's good. We're having a bit of fun here. We're watching the boxing, or sort of boxing, and we're just having a bit of fun. It is what it is. Someone asked about the World Cup. Who's your favorite for the World Cup? I would say probably between Spain and France. I'd say one of them sides is going to win it. Spain or France, one of them. They have the best squad. Now, live watch along, no footage of the fight. So we are showing many things, but we ain't showing the fight. And thank you. Isabella Young says, loving the stream. I appreciate that. Thank you so very, very much. We do a little bit of commentary. We will commentate on, and actually, someone was asking me about fighters that reach out to me. Matt Floyd has reached out to me a few times, and I think Matt is a cool guy. So I spoke with him many times, actually, and he reaches out to me now and again on Instagram. He's a cool guy. So that's a fighter who reaches out to me. And Matt Floyd does have a pro record as well. He's fought as a pro. And bam, no, it's just bam. It's not bam bam. It's just bam. Bam to win by TKO tonight. I suspect he will. But yes, now it's Jesse Bam Rodriguez, not Bam Bam. So it's Jesse Bam Rodriguez. What time's the fight going to start at? Love the stream. Well, as Fractured was saying earlier, one of the reasons why I put it on the stream for 9:30 was I thought it was they said it was a 10:30 ring walk. Get this fight over and done with. This next fight over and done with. And there's Parsons between Chisora and Bellew. Get this fight over and done with, and then we're into the main event. We should be looking at hopefully 11:30 ish. Probably it'd be earlier than that, but yeah, we love Bam. We love Jesse Bam Rodriguez. Smash the like button, guys. If you could, people, if you could, I would appreciate that. Get the likes up and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We're now currently sat at this present moment on 30,422. Doubt that we'll get I doubt we'll get to 500 tonight, but you never know. Might. You never know. We've got over 600 people in the building. If you could hit that like button, then I can imagine when the main event goes live, that number is going to spike up. I can imagine. Actually when we do get into the main event, that number is actually going to spike up as hell. That number is probably going to spike up like hell. Surprised the Gale didn't go that route. I think with the problem is, right, and I can see why, because a lot of former fighters, even world champions, are getting into bare knuckle now. I think with the bare knuckle thing, it's still seen as a bit more respectable than misfits. If you're someone like a Johnny Fisher, who is never even, you'd be lucky to win an English title, much less win a world title, you may as well. Just go into misfits. Why not? You're going to make good money. But I think for a former world champion, I think that's just too much of a bitter pill to swallow. And I think although a former world champion could do some good work, and James DeGale would probably make an absolute bomb, to be honest with you, on doing misfit fights. I can see why you wouldn't, because you're a world champion. You just can't. You just can't go down that road. You really can't. And I hope you're doing well, G-Man. Alexander, big up to you, my friend. I'm doing very well. I'm doing very, very well. Who do you favor, Hall or Fury? I would just say Tommy Fury, but Tommy Fury is absolute trash, right? And there's no ifs, but he's trash, right? He's absolutely garbage. And I would say, right, that he should be winning, but he's probably not going to look good. He probably ain't going to look good. I would imagine anyway. He probably ain't going to look particularly good. He never does. Certainly in a boxing sense, he never, ever, 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 ever looks good. But I know the Furies. I want to know why the Furies are so dead scared of Darren Till. Well, with John Fury will give it, like John Fury keeps on saying, and he said in that interview we gave with Anna Woolhouse yesterday, that he never ducks a challenge in any man, any time, any place. How many people have called John Fury out over the years? Loads of them. Absolutely loads of them, right? Loads of them have called John Fury out, from Mickey Teo to who's that other oldish guy who called him out? But loads of people have. Loads of them have. And what happens? Every single time John Fury goes missing. Every single flipping time John Fury goes missing. So, yeah. And here's the thing. And yeah, I was going to say, stop spamming the chat. It's a watch along. I'm only going to just give him a little timeout. We'll give him a little timeout. I don't even think I did that. Oh, look. We'll give him a little timeout for that. But every single time someone's put it on John Fury, he's either not acknowledged it, or Carl Froch. Someone mentioned Carl Froch there. Carl Froch can mention John Fury, and John Fury's like, oh, we have to negotiate. We have to do this. It's like, no. What? Any man, any time, any place. But now we must negotiate. It has to be right. The money has to be this, that, the other, and I don't fight for free. Any man, any time, any place. I don't fight for free. Okay, brilliant. And with Darren Till, look, Tommy Fury is so bad that someone like a Darren Till, probably conceivably could beat him. Probably could. And I think that for the Furies, you see, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't with Tommy Fury, because he'll never get past area level. Like, he would lose to, we'll say, Dave Allen or someone like that if he fights a heavyweight. He'd lose every day of the week to Dave Allen. In fact, he'd lose probably earlier than Johnny Fisher did. And how do the Furies get around that? You know, how does Tommy build himself back up from that? Whereas at least with Misfits, for the most part, you should be winning. For the most part. But if they see someone who they perceive to be a threat, yeah, I mean, like, especially someone like Tommy Fury, you know, who's trying to be a celebrity and just don't want to be hard, man. You lose to guys like that, it's going to be, especially coming from a fighting family, a hard road, you know. John Fury is a fake hard man. Main event likely 11:30. Damn. Wish I'd known. I didn't expect to be going 2 hours. Is a fake hard man. Anyone who's ever had a fight outside the ring with a smaller or someone he attacked, he wants so badly to be looked upon as a hard man, but is softer. Well, we know that. And, you know, he tried to, blind a guy who was about the same size as Carl Frampton when they had that street fight years ago. Man, literally, if you put all, like, John Fury is what, 6'3", 6'4" thereabouts, maybe taller, 250 pounds, maybe more, and you're fighting someone Carl Frampton size, not going to go well for someone Carl Frampton size, especially if he just leans all his weight on it. And, John Fury is that type of guy. And I remember when the Mickey Teo saga was going, John Fury said words to the effect of, all right, me and Mickey Teo, we can actually have a fight, but it has to be, I think he actually said it has to be a Billy Joe Saunders's, caravan park or something like that. And you're like, so you'll fight him provided, literally, you'll fight him providing that you have, all the backup in the world. So he has to literally go to your backyard, literally. Otherwise, no, I don't want to know. Yeah, that's John Fury. Everything has to be, his way or the highway. And he talks about being, the fighting man, Gypsy John. But that's John Fury for you. He got 11 years for that, did 5. Yeah. And actually, he was gaslighting people when he was released as well, because there's an interview which he gave with Coogan, and Billy Joe was actually in the interview as well. He gave an interview with IFL. It was after AJ beat Charles Martin, and he spoke about, I just did 12 years for a fight. No, you didn't. No, you were maybe sentenced to it, but you didn't do the full 12. You didn't even do half of it. So he's always trying to, gaslight. I'm the hardest man, and this, that, and the other. And yeah, Dylan White calling him Steve Bunce, and John Fury just giggling about it, Tommy ain't been in with a competitor like Hall before. Eddie is really going to try hard. Correct me if I'm wrong on this, but aren't they friends? Charlie Parsons in the ring? Was he emceeing now? But yeah, aren't they mates as well? Eddie and Tommy? So you can correct me if I'm wrong on that one. But, mates do, have boxing matches and stuff like that. But it does make you wonder, are they actually going to go hell for leather? Yeah, someone said they are mates. Okay. That does make you kind of wonder a little bit. Now, Campbell Hatton. Do a little tribute to Ricky. All right, we don't mind that. We love Ricky Hatton on here. Campbell Hatton. Tribute to his dad, Ricky. We love Ricky Hatton, the hitman. Don't really get along anymore. Oh, they don't? Okay. Might add a bit of beef in. So Campbell Hatton, so they're doing, hope Simon Jordan isn't watching this event. He may faint. He will talk about it. You know that. He absolutely will talk about that. Simon Jordan. I know damn well he will. Is Kell Brook event still? I don't think so. I've heard nothing about it. I know they cancelled a few. They pushed it back a few times. I'm not sure what's going on with that. His son is like a clone. Yeah, he is. He's a splitting image of him. He is the image of his dad. He really, it's uncanny. Really, when you look at it, it's just like looking at young Ricky Hatton. It's unfortunate he just didn't have his dad's skills, but it's not always happen. He's signed. Oh, is he going to fight on Misfit? Oh, Campbell Hatton's going to fight on Misfit, is he? Oh, so is he going to do Misfits or what? I mean, like, I can't fault them for doing it because, you know. Damn. So he is. Campbell Hatton has joined Misfits. I can't hate on that. Genuinely can't hate on that. Because Campbell Hatton was, no offense, but he was garbage as a pro. Garbage. Garbage pro. So yeah, Misfits. I mean, again, there's nothing wrong with doing it. There is literally nothing wrong with doing it. When's the fight actually going to start? It was meant to start a half hour ago. It was genuinely meant to start a half hour ago. But you know how it is. These events, they never tend to stick to an actual time. They always tend to, go a bit longer. But yeah, Campbell Hatton fighting Misfits, can't hate on that. That's what I mean. Like someone like a Johnny Fisher, I'm amazed he's not doing something like Misfits. I'm genuinely amazed he's not done something like Misfits. I really am. Because him and his dad would fit so well in that whole Misfits thing. Pay-per-view customers are asking for a refund. Really? Damn, why? Because it's gone on so late? Liam, do you think, where was that? Do you think we will want for Hogan smoke without any belts for grabs? Yeah, they probably will. Hi, Liam, is this the main event next? Unfortunately not, mate. They are pushing this out long. It's Anthony Taylor next. And then we've got one more fight. Yeah, they really are pushing this. Sami Hamed, he is garbage. I saw his pro debut was on the Usyk Dubois show, the first show in Poland, and he looked awful. He looked absolutely diabolical. He really did. I would say you're probably right. Eddie Hall's best chances is to probably just, bull rush and just try and, he's got 100 pounds of weight on Tommy Fury. So who knows? I'm not really thinking too much about the whole White House thing, man, to be honest with you. I do like MMA, UFC, but I'm not, I'm not crazy, mad into it. I gotta be honest. I'm not crazy. Just bring that in. So where else we doing? A bad pro would beat. Well, yeah, bad pro would beat, any novice. Campbell Hatton's good. He ran the Flint lad, an experienced area champion, close 2 times. Reminds me of Shane Erie. No. Shane Erie was a lot better than Campbell Hatton. No, I'm not having that. Like, Shane Erie was a decent level fighter. He was a solid domestic level fighter. He probably could have carried on a little bit more, and he had that very controversial loss to Eamon McGee back in the day. Well, way back in the day now. But no, Shane Erie was a decent. That's not a. I wouldn't say that's a fair remark because Shane Erie is a lot better. He's a lot better than Campbell Hatton could ever hope to have been. Still only his mid-20s, he was improving. Is his ceiling or was a vacant British title? I'd be very amazed if Hatton ever wins a British title. I just don't think that's ever going to happen. I think that Hatton, look, there's money to be made in Misfits. Fair enough. If he wants to go back to real boxing, he can. I always kind of figured the retirement I always kind of figured he wouldn't stay retired for long. I wouldn't because if we think about it like this, and again, I get it. Like, and some people would say nepotism, and fair enough. Like, there probably is an element, though there definitely was with Campbell originally, right? But if you can make money off the name, like, right, I can just, go into a sport, I can make money, and I'll probably have a bit of an advantage because I've actually done pro boxing. You could get something. As my respect, not many people out there would stick with a sport they're trash at just for the love of the game. Sure, he's getting paid, but he's no multimillionaire. Yeah, no, far from it. He wouldn't be. He would have got some decent amount of money for his pro fights, but again, because he fought on some AJ shows, and so he would have got a decent amount. But like, probably, I would imagine Campbell Hatton is not even a millionaire. He's probably made maybe 100, 200 grand from his boxing, maybe thereabouts. Big up to Jordan every time. Hope you're okay. The show is cringe. Bring on Bam in a few hours. Bam is one of the best fighters in the world. One of my favorite fighters. Wow, Taylor's only 5'6". God, he's small for light heavy. That's really small for light heavy. Yeah, it is good to see Joe Joyce back. I mean, I don't think he's going to have any kind of run, but he's in there against a guy who, let's be real, is not very good. Like, that guy is pretty trash. He's going to be fighting. So, because I've seen him fight, and he's nothing to write home about. So, could be on to could at least get a win over there in Russia. If nothing else, he could get the win over there, which I think he probably will, to be honest with you. I mean, from his boxing career, he's probably made millions, yeah, from inheritance. But from his boxing career, yeah, no, I'd be very surprised if he made decent money. And someone asked me about that. Yeah, that was a great scrap. You know, the movie The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale. They used the Shane Erie. It's the Shane Erie fight, which is the final fight in that, and they did a great job on it. That fight was on one of Naz's undercards back in the day, and HBO did it, and it was a great. If you've ever watched Shane Erie versus Mickey Ward, great fight, great scrap. Ward wins, I think, in the seventh or eighth round. Body shot, and uppercut. It was flipping a great fight. It really was, and Shane Erie was decent. And obviously his son, who has been, MIA to say the least. God, he's been so MIA. I forgot what his James Metcalf. He fought on one of Katie Taylor's undercards. I think he won a title. I think he won an IBO belt on it. And ain't nothing happened since then. All right, do you think you could beat any fighter on this card you've seen? The two heavyweights, even though I'm not a heavyweight, yeah, they're both garbage. They're both garbage, absolutely garbage. Yeah, George Foreman did do commentary on it. It was on a HBO show. So you had Larry Merchant, he's done it again. And I remember George Foreman was saying that. Even though George Foreman, even though he's a flyweight, but this guy really, he fights like a heavyweight. I mean, he is a heavyweight. You know the way George Foreman would say things and things. It was a great fight, and man, HBO was just, that was the thing back in the day. HBO was the thing back in the day. That was the best, right? That was great. And I do miss HBO. They had the best team, the best production. They were just the best, man. I seen that idiot comment. I would have just ignore it, man. When someone comes in with that, just ignore him. Man's just out there seeking attention. Just leave him be. Yeah. A man clearly born in 1982. So you're how old? 44 years old. And you're having to resort to saying, gay and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, real maturity. Your mother and father must be so proud of you. Brilliant. Yeah. Must be so proud. 44, 46-year-old man, however old you are. Yeah. So I just leave him to it, man. Just leave him to it. Where was that? Yeah, Mickey Ward left hook to the body was devastating. It was that left hook to the body when he actually started, and it was a well thrown shot. It was really well delivered as well. So Mickey Ward's left hook was just, yeah. I mean, the guy, yeah. I mean, cringe to say the least. And you can kind of spot them. The guys like that who were cringe as hell. You can see them all coming a mile away. And I think that, like, they're the only ones who don't know they're cringe. But yeah. The ring walk was genuinely cool because I'm a Star Wars fan. Yeah, his nickname is the Jedi. Nickname is the Jedi, and they do go all in on the ring walks. I will say that they do go fairly all in on the ring walks. I mean, like, you know, I mean, what do you even what can you even say to that? You know, yeah, you know, you just there are certain people you just kind of do have to chuckle at, and you know, it's weird, right? Because I went, so one of my friends, it's a really weird situation, right? So one of my mates, right? They're really close mates, but one of them I went to school with, right? He is living in Australia. He's a carpenter over there. His sister is like some like high director in a recruitment company. And his older brother, who's always been kind of, you know, the outcast of the family in the nicest way, he is a bit like that. It's just he still behaves like, and his older brother got to be pushing 40 now because he was older than all of us. He's got to be pushing 40 and he still behaves like that, you know, real childish teenage type guy. It's really weird. And I just wonder, did they ever really get that? Like, they ever grow up? Like, did they hit like their maturity age at like 15? And even though they age and go up, you know, 30, 40, do they just stick at that age? I don't get it. It's really weird. It's really weird because even like, there's two of the guys even say he's even still now behaves like a, you know, a teenager. The guy's nearly 40. I think he's got like two kids as well. I thought the other guy commenting was an NPC until I saw that guy. Yeah, you can see him coming, man. Talksport going to have a field day. Yeah, they are going to have an absolute job. The ring walk, it is a bit cringe, and I'm not going to lie. Ben, am I regretting doing a live watch along? No, I ain't regretting doing a live watch along. I'm still enjoying it. You know, it's different, mate. It's fun. We're having a bit of a laugh. It's fun. We're obviously triggering some, you know, want to be hard guy, which is even better because, you know, you want to be hard guy. Look at me with the phone in me hand and that joint in me mouth. I'm looking like you know, I'm a boss. You know, so you know, it's fun, man. It's fun. We love triggering these guys. We love triggering these guys. And you know, grammar could be a little bit better instead of yeah. He proves my point. You know, yeah, buddy. You could just say, you know, you use the proper abbreviation, but hey, oh, you do realize I'm again like this. It's actually funny, right? So he's going around saying all this on the keyboard. I'm actually, you know, saying it directly, and yet keyboard warrior. Yeah, see what I mean? You know, the brains, the human brain. Sometimes you really do have to struggle with some of these guys sometimes just to rationalize. Yeah, there you go. Should we keep him in? Because it is kind of funny seeing what he's saying. Should we keep him in or should we just put him on timeout? Should we keep him in or should we just put him? Because it is kind of funny. It is kind of funny, isn't it? Yeah. Anyone who deserves the first word one. And it's another weird, but isn't that another weird thing? But again, I noticed that with those types of people. They always say things like, you know, only God can judge me and stuff like that. It's like, you really think God's gonna like look at your behavior and think that's appropriate? Really? You know, you've these people who do and behave like twats. They, you know, say things that you know they shouldn't be saying this, that, and the other, and then they have the audacity to turn around and say, well, you know, it's God who can judge me. Well, yeah, you're going against all of his rules, so I don't think he's going to judge you too kindly. To be honest with you, mate. Just blimey. I don't know. Should Anthony Joshua retire if he loses to Fury? Yes, I think he should. I absolutely think he should. Kick the energy out of the vampire. I am the Son of God, Jesus our Lord. Yeah, behaving like a real Christian, mate. Really. No, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing. I think that he's been coming in saying that as if that's an insult, you know? I love the way like people nowadays like still have the, you know, mental capacity of a 10-year-old where they chuck out that as though it's an insult. You know, the first thing they say is like, yeah, like, oh yeah, great. vocabulary is just, through the roof, as if, someone being gay is somehow insulting, Oh my God, he's gay. It's so what? Like, it's just okie dokie. If he is, then so be it. That's neither here nor there. Right. Now, let's excuse and let's just go put this guy on blast. Yeah, we'll go put him on blast. Because I'm just sick. Yeah, get rid of him. Yeah, he's an idiot. Now, yeah, we got rid of that twat. He gone. We got rid of that twat. You know, he can go off and take pics in the mirror of himself with a J in his hand. It is, but it genuinely, people like that, they literally. I do wonder with people like that, do they hit like their like peak mental maturity at 15, and it just stays? It just doesn't go anywhere. It just stays. It doesn't move. It doesn't go anywhere. It just stays right there. I've never seen a chat so united. The world is healing. We're all united. Whenever I think true people know a twat when they see one, and when we see one, it's just like, yeah, get rid of this guy. Now, let's watch this fight. So, Matt Floyd, who in fairness to him has actually fought pro fights, you'd never be able to tell by looking at him there. You would never tell looking at him there, but he has actually fought. He has actually fought some pro fights. In fact, he's got a couple of pro fights actually. And Fractured, I wouldn't have complained if you would block that guy. Just saying, right? But we did have some fun with him while he was there. It was a good laugh. We did have some fun with him. Campbell Hatton is now a Misfits fighter. He is indeed. So, minute to go here in this round. And Matt Floyd landing some big right hands on Anthony. Oh, man, Anthony Taylor is in there because although Matt Floyd, he doesn't look amazing. And what's the referee doing? Well, the referee shouldn't have jumped in there. But hasn't had a pro fight too. Yeah, Matt Floyd has had a couple of pro fights. Not at a particularly high level. I think he had them all in Australia. But he has actually fought pro. And you can kind of tell because he looked a hell of a lot more polished than Anthony Taylor. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Anthony Taylor... We need a separate, so I know actually better. I don't think you can, though. I think I'd have to add all you guys to a separate live. It would be messy. But I do believe Anthony Taylor, wasn't he the guy who fought David Haye in that little exhibition a couple of years ago? Bear in mind, David Haye looked like he was just completely holding back in that. Well, this guy's not holding back in this one. And there we go, 1 round in. So that was, again, that was interesting. We'll just call it that. That was interesting. And by the way, if you haven't already, there's still over 500 in the building. If you haven't, please consider hitting the subscribe button. We are doing the commentary for this. So, we're doing the commentary. I hope Usyk doesn't fight. Oh, that was Joe 4. Okay, that was. Is too good for Misfits. Same with Johnny Fisher. Nah, no. No, both of them would fit in just fine in Misfits. I think that they get seriously hurt. No, two of them could get seriously hurt in real boxing. And I think that they'd be fairly quick to jump in and stop fights. So I think Campbell Hatton, I think he's A-okay. I think he's in the right place. Because you can tell he wanted to carry on boxing, but he just knew he wasn't going anywhere. But this is the option. So there we go. So, round number 2. Round number 2 is underway. Tommy Fury on points. And here's the problem, right? Neither guy is really letting any shots go. There's not much to commentate on, and there we go. And just from the jab alone, Matt Floyd's able to actually just keep him somewhat on control with that jab. And there you go. A couple of right hands go in. That's not too bad. A couple of right hands go in. And boom. Now he's actually getting some work done. Although this Anthony Taylor is game. He's throwing some big shots, but he's taking a fair few in retaliation as well. Like, he is losing this fight. To be honest, he's not winning this fight. And he is very reckless with that head. To be expected. I mean, he is only 5'6" going in there against a guy who's 6'1". But he is reckless as hell with that head. Oh my God. G-Man should fight Ade on Misfits. He's my mate. We ain't gonna do that. He's my mate. That's never gonna happen. We can't do that. We can't be doing that, man. We cannot be doing that. It's gonna be closer to midnight. Yeah, man. They are. I did not think this event would go on as long. We're nearly at 2 hours here. Actually, I did not think this event would go on as long as it has. I genuinely thought 9:30 was perfect timing because I thought it'd be over pretty quick. 2 flipping hours later, we're still here. And bear in mind, these fights have only been short fights. They haven't been long. It's not like we're, in the middle of a boxing event where we've got 3 back-to-back 12 rounders. This is literally, I thought I'd be going for an hour or so. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. Pray for Manchester once this crowd spills out. Oh, boy. Woo-hoo. Yeah, that's going to be rough, all right, man. That's not going to be fun. And thank God this is only a 6-rounder because this feels like it's been, this feels like that last minute felt like an eternity. Expect the unexpected. I ain't expecting much, to be honest with you, man. I ain't expecting too much. Only joking. I missed the Ade and G-Man podcast. When's the announcement coming out? Well, Ade is in the States now at the minute, so he won't be doing anything until he's back. But just watch the space, man. Just watch the space. All right, just watch the space. The Ade and G-Man, we're working on stuff. We're working on stuff. There's been 10 fights tonight. Well, they advertised this that it will be done by 10:30, and they are milking the crap out of every kind of in-between event, which I don't mind that much. It's not like it's real boxing, whereas, you want to see, the main event. But yeah, they are taking their sweet time with this one. And again, I really didn't expect to be going this long. Look at the size of Eddie Hall. God damn, he is huge. Bloody hell, he is huge. He's already got his sweat worked up. They're going to want to be careful with him. They're really going to want to be careful with him. What time does it start at? Well, it should have started a while ago. Tommy Fury's not even gloved up yet. That's not a good sign. We're looking at midnight, people. Don't make the fight or the fake fight announcement. Which fight is that now? I'll make the fake fight announcement. But here we go. Round number 3. Because God knows when the next time I'll get a proper live watch along in. God knows when the next time, because it won't be doing a watch along until Boots. We'll be doing a live watch along for Boots. We will be doing that one. Haven't done one of them in a while, actually, an all-nighter. That's going to be fun. Tommy Fury, second round KO. Tommy Fury's not really a puncher. He can't even punch. So I wouldn't even say there's a good chance. I wouldn't say anyway there's a chance of him actually getting the knockout. Unlikely, anyway. I would say, if nothing else, it's unlikely he gets the knockout. Would Hrgovic be AJ? I think right now, yeah, I'd pick Hrgovic because he'd be aggressive enough. I think he might have the power to hurt AJ, say might, and he's a good chin. So I would be picking Hrgovic to be AJ. Yeah, I would. I'd pick him. Eddie has fast hands when he's eating for sure. Yeah, he has mega fast hands when he's eating. I'd say he's the fastest hands in boxing when he's reaching for the food. And I'd say his diet is absolutely insane, the amount of carbs and calories he eats. I'd say it's insane. And these guys, this is such a messy fight. Last time I saw Matty Floyd, he was fighting James DeGale. And that was actually kind of fun. That was actually kind of a fun fight. This is a lot more. It is a lot more. It is a lot more of a kind of a fight. I mean, Anthony Taylor guy is rubbish. Like, he really is. But this is a messy little scrap. Like, this is really, really, really messy in there. That's only a 6-rounder. Like, so, and the fact Taylor's able to get some of those shots off, being, a 5-inch height advantage and having no ability to fight inside, as you can see there, because Matt Floyd with the free hand is absolutely having a field day with him. Clash of heads. Not really seeing the heads come together, to be fair. I'm just seeing a lot of really sloppy shots, but that's better. When Matt Floyd is up close, Taylor can't do. Why is the referee breaking them? That's inside fighting. There's nothing wrong with that. What do you? No, he wasn't holding his head down. That was he had one hand free, and he was using his free hand. That's part of inside fighting. I don't understand the issue there, but hey, Matt Floyd is definitely winning this fight, but he took a little shot there from Anthony Taylor. But once it's on, even when it's up close, like when you see that there, he's using his free hand. Taylor has no ability to fight up close at all. And he's hurt there, Taylor. He's felt a few of those shots. He's not defending himself. Referee might want to be taking a bit of a look there, to be honest with you, because these guys, I swear to God, this Taylor guy, it's the first time I've ever seen this guy. He is pretty terrible. I mean, they all are, but this down he goes. Oh, and he tries to go for Floyd even after the bell. Wow. But I have to turn it off. It's so bad. What's going on with the crowd? What is going on with the crowd? I don't know. What is going on with them? Big Stacks where fight was rubbish. Yeah. And then that guy came in and started, basically throwing down. He was gunning. Whoever that guy was, he was absolutely gunning for Arms Cullion by the end of that fight. He was gunning for him. I know who that guy was or what he was doing. That fight's happening. Are you looking forward to the next Green Chair Live? I am looking forward to the next Green Chair Live. It's going to be good fun, man. It's going to be good fun. Hopefully we have a good guest list. I think we will. And yeah, I think it's going to be a good fun, man. I think we're going to have a good time. We had a great time last time, and I think it's going to be equally good this time. I really do. I think we're going to have an equally good show this show. Taylor looks he looks way smaller. Like he looks tiny in comparison in there. He really does. Like he really truly looks absolutely tiny in there. I'd never seen anything like it. Like I don't get it. I just think he looks so small in there. Oh, and he got a right hand in there, and that wasn't too bad. And they are doing 3-minute rounds. I did wonder about that. Were they doing 2 minutes or 3? They're doing 3-minute rounds. Okay, that's interesting. So 3-minute rounds. I actually thought it was only the 2, but all right. And all they're doing is swinging for the fences in these rounds. Thank God it's only a 6-rounder. Where will the green chair be held? It'll be held in the same place as the last one, which was in King's Cross. I forget the name of the building, but it's a 5-minute walk from King's Cross Station. I actually forget the name of it, but it's 5 minutes from King's Cross Station, so it's easy to get to. You'll have an absolute field day getting there. Oh, that was low. That looked low. That did look low. That did look low from Anthony Taylor. Well, when you're 5'6" and you're going for someone's body, you don't really have to dip. You don't really have to dip at all. You just literally let that shot go, and that did look like it strayed pretty damn low. Let's see. Damn. Ooh, that wasn't even accidental. Damn, that was. Oh, now he's wrestling Matt Floyd to the ground. But yeah, there's low blows, and then there's that. That was crazy from Anthony Taylor. And he's still not getting any closer with those shots, although he is opening up a little bit more. But man, they are they are missing like hell. Taylor's punches have no effect. Man, he's 5'6". He's 5'6" at this weight, so I'd imagine most of his shots probably don't have that much of a weight. But it is still fun, if nothing else. It's fun, if nothing else. This is still fun to watch. But both guys are pretty awful. Let's be real. They're not great. They ain't great at all. But nevertheless, we are still somewhat entertained. The best fight I've seen on this show was that fight between those two. Well, one of them was a fat guy. The other guy I'm not too sure about. But that Boss guy and that McCann guy, that was hilarious. That was flipping hilarious. That was fun. That was real fun. We enjoyed that. We did enjoy that. How many fights left? Only one more. Only one more after this. So I'm hoping they move it pretty damn quick. I'm hoping to God they move it pretty damn quick. They should. They should and they will. Well, what's going on now? Referee having another word. He docking a point from Matt Floyd. He's having a word with him now. Tommy last fight when he moved up and weight, he looked awful. He fought some guy over 4 rounds last time. It was awful. He looked awful. He fought him in Hungary of all places, and that's where you go just to fight, as you say, bin men. Because you literally do fight bin men in Hungary. I mean, you literally pay them about 100 quid and they pluck it from the crowd, and then you go in there and you fight them. That's why whenever you see someone who's had a load of fights, like say they're trying to sell you a prospect and they're from the UK or something and they've had a load of fights in Hungary, if you see that, that's never a good sign. That is never normally a good sign. That normally means that they are fighting the absolute worst of the worst. Like just no hopers, easy touch. It no good. Not good at all. So, what else do we have? Hall's strength won't be his benefits. Oh, yeah, man. Like, I mean, it's just full of them. So, I'll give you an example, right? You know that guy, Prince Patel? When he ended up fighting, when he basically went on a run, when he got let go by Frank Warren, he fought loads of fights over in Hungary and he had no knockouts on his record at all fighting in the UK. The minute he moved and the minute he went over to Hungary, boom, there it was. All of a sudden, he's getting knockout after knockout after knockout. It's crazy, and he was fighting nobody. Yeah, the referees have been awful. See, these aren't. We can say what we want to say about the board, right? But the referees are a lot more competent because these look like just second-class referees that you'd see. They're not pro referees. They're just on some of these, small hall. There's no rules. The underground kind of boxing. And these referees have been diabolical tonight. I mean, they've literally been stopping fights for inside fighting. And when I say stopping them, I mean like they've just been stopping the fighters fighting. They've not called knockdowns. They've been pretty terrible. And like, look at that, right? That's a knockdown, and it should be called that. And he's not. That's a knockdown. And what's this guy doing? He's telling the fighter to get up instead of calling it. And what he's calling time in now? Is this guy have? What's he doing? That guy is absolutely having a flipping. What is he on about? He looks like he's crying on the ground, banging the canvas. Is he hurt? What on earth is this? What on earth is he doing? Who are you picking in the main event? I am picking Tommy Fury. This guy ain't making any sense. Like, what is he actually doing? Is this guy for real? What's going on? I'm turning the volume up on this. Oh, he put something in his eyes? That's crazy. What do you even call that? So Matt Floyd gets the win. All right, fair enough. It's probably sweat. Probably sweat got into his eyes, and now he's having an exaggerated moment. You're telling me it's been peculiar. That was late to the party as the main event started. Main event is next. It should have started over an hour ago. But we're still here, mate. We're still here. But how can you put something in his eye? Like, I mean, now of all times, you know, it's just so weird. Like, let's have a look at this, right? So, ending happens. He bores in. Like, nothing touched that guy's eye. Oh, damn. Oh boy. Oh, they are rioting in there. Damn, there's a riot going on. Taylor's on the ground. What's going on here? Damn. Ah, it's like Bogalada in there. It's like Bogalada in there. Bogalada won with the riot in the ring. That's crazy. What happened? So, hang on a minute. He, he's punching the canvas. It looked like he quit. It did. So he complains about his eyes, but he could see just fine there. I mean, and the Oscar goes to exactly saying he can't. Man saying he out here can't see, and he just darts over the. Wow, big stacks. Yeah, that big stacks fight was a joke. His eyes are burning again, but they were good when he ran over and tried to go for Matty Floyd. Jab to the eye, and Taylor was crying about acid on the glove. Yeah, he took loads of shots as well. What round is it on? That was, I think, the fifth round. Thank God, Jesse Bam is on later tonight. Bam Rodriguez is on later. We shall see Bam. I need that. I need that to cure all of this because this has not been an easy watch. It's been a long watch. It ain't been the easiest. And by the way, again, we've over 600 people. If you haven't already, do please consider hitting the subscribe button. I would genuinely appreciate that. I would genuinely appreciate that if you could just consider, for real boxing, we'll be doing vids on Bam Rodriguez tomorrow. For real boxing, just hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button as well. I'd appreciate that greatly. I'd appreciate that. 260 in the build and 260. Let's get the sub count up. We're at 30,435. There you go. You see that right there? That's how you do it, people. That's how you do it. Someone says still gotta be better than women's boxing. Whoa. No way. No way. Really? No way. I'll have a check at that. That's crazy if that's the case. 29 minutes gone. Yeah, damn. And Brazil are down bad. Brazil, I mean, what do you say about Brazil these days? They are looking. They're not what they used to be. I mean, the squad 20 years ago, that squad had just everyone in it. Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Roberto Carlos. Didn't have Kaka in it. He wasn't quite there yet. But it's a no contest. Wow, it's a no contest. Man literally quit. Man literally just quit. And now they're ruling it a no contest. That's crazy. So they're ruling that a no contest. That's bull. He said he got carbon dioxide. Wow. Wow. I mean, wow. That was that guy, Anthony Taylor. I mean, talk about acting. Man quits, says he can't see, darts across the ring, and then all of a sudden he can't see again. This just. Damn. Anthony Taylor has fought Tommy Fury. Has he? Anthony Taylor fought Tommy Fury, did he? I have a check. I don't remember that. If he did he? Yeah, he did. And yeah, that's how I remember. Yeah, I knew he had some association with Tommy Fury and like with this whole thing. Yeah, I remember that now. Dubois fought on that show as well. That's when Jake Paul fought Tyron Woodley. Yeah, he fought Anthony Taylor. He didn't look good in that fight, Tommy Fury. And that's it. Oh, it was 1-1 with Brazil, by the way. 1-1, Brazil and Morocco. So Brazil only went behind for a few minutes. Damn. And Tommy Fury went the distance with this guy. I mean, it pretty much tells us the whole story about where Tommy Fury's at. Nowhere. And now we've got a bit of time to kill before we have 8 rounds of Tommy Fury versus... I just can't believe it. I can't believe I've been here nearly over 2 hours now. I really did. People think I was only going to be here for an hour. I really did. I thought I'd be here for an hour. I won't need to do much, and it'd be all good. It'd be all good. And Tommy Fury on the pads, Gypsy John. Misfits used to be good when KSI was still fighting. He hasn't fought since the Tommy Fury fight, hasn't he? Not KSI. And that's what, 2, 3 years ago? I thought it was 6 2-minute rounds. So did I, actually. In fact, I'm nearly sure the first round was 2 minutes. Because I'm nearly sure that first round looked like it was 2 minutes, and all of a sudden it was 3 minutes. I thought all these fights were 2-minute rounds. But yeah, someone did say, what do I think of, the girl Jay Jones? She looked pretty good. But again, she's in there against a nobody. But she might actually, I wouldn't be shocked if Eddie Hearn or someone like a Jake Paul looks to actually get her into actual pro boxing. Because the talent gap in female boxing is unbelievably low. Like, it's unbelievably low. So you get her a little bit more refined because she's already confident in a sense of, the ring. She obviously seems comfy enough in there. Then you probably could do something with her. Shout out to Sheffield. There you go. But yeah, you probably could do something with her in a sense of, real boxing. Because again, she's coming from Taekwondo and she looked comfy as hell in the ring because obviously she's used to that kind of combat background. So it's nothing new to her. She's done the Olympics. So yeah, she should be all right with that. Yeah, it wasn't fair to put her. Oh yeah, I mean the girl she was in there with. I mean, I kind of felt bad for her because she was just out of her depth. She was just completely out of her depth in there. I mean, it was painful looking at her trying to eat. Right, it was on the wall. Just thank God she didn't get seriously hurt. What's your opinion on Joshua Tyson? I think that Tyson Fury is going to win. Literally, I think AJ is too far gone. If it had been a prime AJ versus a prime Fury, then in their primes, I actually do think AJ might have won. In their primes, I do think AJ might have won. Now, I've said it once and I'll say it again, mate. Best name out of all the subs, Keir Starmer. And we don't like Keir Starmer on here. And that's the one time where someone, because obviously there was that idiot in here earlier who was just chucking the gay word out like it was meant to be an insult. That's the one time where you could look at that and say, it works. It flipping works. It works like hell on Keir Starmer. The Starminator, as he's known as. But yes, in terms of my opinion on AJ Fury, I suspect Fury's going to win that fight. I think he'll win it on points. But we need to see how AJ looks against this. Like, this is going to be the first real test because Christian Pringa, he looks terrible, but I'm assuming he's going to be somewhat competent at the very least. He's not going to do what Jake Paul didn't run, and we just need to see AJ look devastating. We just need to see him look devastating. He needs to get some confidence back. We haven't seen AJ in a real fight, and that's not to say the Jake Paul fight wasn't real. It was. but like a real actual fight since he fought Dubois, we know what happened there. So I would be saying Fury probably should win. If you're talking prime for prime, again, it's a load of what ifs, but I would say AJ might probably have won that fight in their prime. But again, it's a load of what ifs, you know. AJ rubbish. Rather see him versus Wilder. More competitive. Fear. Well, I mean, I think the three. Well, if you think about it like this, the three of them are fairly. The three fighters you mentioned, Wilder, Fury, AJ, they're all 1 foot out the door. Fury, Dubois, I'd be making Dubois favorite. I would. I'd make Daniel Dubois favorite. I absolutely would. When you consider, people in Team Fury are even saying, no, focus on AJ. I would just make Dubois firm favorite. Rico would chin current Wilder. I'd still make Wilder favorite over Verhoeven. I would. Verhoeven impressed me. I mean, like, it's quite remarkable, really, what he was able to do against Alexander Usyk. He won more rounds. I mean, Daniel Dubois is widely seen, and I think he is. He's the best fighter in the UK, heavyweight in the UK. He's the second best heavyweight in the world. And Rico Verhoeven, in one fight against Alexander Usyk, won more rounds than Daniel Dubois, a two-time heavyweight champion of the world in his prime and the second best heavyweight in the world. In two fights, over 14 rounds, Dubois won one round. And he won that round largely because he low-blowed Usyk. Other than that, and even then, I think one of the judges even gave that round to Usyk. So in 14 rounds, some people haven't given Dubois a round against Usyk. In 11 rounds, Verhoeven won at least 5 rounds. At least. That is actually crazy when you think about it. I don't want to see it again. I have no appetite for it. It's a fight we don't need to see again. It's been done twice, and each time it's been one-way traffic for Alexander Usyk. We just don't need this. It's irrelevant. If Wardley had beaten Dubois, which he almost did, certainly early on, if he could have maybe pushed the action, he might have got something. But we've seen Usyk fight Dubois twice now, and it's just I don't want to see it again. We don't need to see it again. For what's the other guy? If it would have been Wardley, would have been again. It would have, like, seeing how Dubois did against Fabio Wardley. I mean, Usyk would have probably lit Fabio Wardley up, but yeah, Usyk should respectfully retire soon. I hope he does. Yeah, they are really dragging it out. I agree with you on that, mate. They definitely are. Fury needs to have a rematch with heavyweight champion, make one comeback to show the world. Well, no, I mean, he's had a rematch already with Alexander Usyk, and he lost that even more sounded in the first fight. So, yeah, he definitely doesn't need to be having a rematch with any heavyweight champion. I mean, Fury needs to fight AJ, and then if he wants to decide what he wants to do after that, he can maybe have a look. But, nah, I'd be jump into a world title shot, and he's already lost to him twice. May Pacquiao 2 thoughts? Well, I saw a video recently where one of Floyd Mayweather's guys, one of his main guys, was showing the text where Floyd was trying to sell his jewelry and stuff like that. Floyd, it's very obvious he's having money issues because Floyd put so much. He put so much in that. Oh, he loved it, and to retire undefeated, to come back at nearly 50 against the guy who should be a world champion still, Manny Pacquiao. I can't see him winning that fight. And I think that's a real indication that he seriously has money issues because he's putting a bit. I will still consider Floyd an all-time great because I know what he's done in the sport and it speaks for itself. But, anyway, just give me 2 seconds. I want to just check because I didn't expect on going this long. I want to check battery life is all good. Absolutely perfect. Loads of room. Wow, it was 3 years ago when he fought KSI. That's crazy. So let's say It won't. It won't tarnish. I don't believe it will. Certainly for me, it won't tarnish his legacy. Because I know that Floyd, we're not looking at a Floyd Mayweather in his prime. We're looking at a nearly 50-year-old in need of money Floyd Mayweather, but it's a stick that people will definitely use to bash Floyd with. It's a stick that they'll definitely use to bash him with. But look, it is what it is. I mean, you have to live within your means. And if you think about it like this, right? Some people were speculating that Floyd was spending in that video I seen. They were speculating that Floyd was spending something like what, like 1 and 2 mil a month. What the hell is he doing? What on earth could you be doing to possibly make that amount of money or to spend that amount of money? What on earth are you doing? That's actually insane to spend that kind of money. So yeah, live by your means, mate. Mate, he spent the money in the wrong way, invested in cars and with loose women. Oh yeah, well we know about that. I mean, like Floyd Mayweather as a fighter, brilliant. Him as a person, absolute donut. 15 more likes, we've got 300. Yes, so please hit the like button, and if you haven't already, do please consider hitting the subscribe button. We'll greatly appreciate that as well. But yeah, Floyd's always been a donut, just outside the ring. You know, should have generational wealth. I mean, just why on earth you do that is beyond me. You know, it just I just don't get it. You know, you've all that money, all those resources, and you spend it on, the those, you know. What are your thoughts on good friends boxing each other in the ring? Well, it's not the worst thing in the world. You know, at the end of the day, we've seen it before. Some fighters have said they're such good friends that they won't do it. But yeah, imagine blowing away billions. And, again, blowing it away on stuff that doesn't mean anything, silly stuff, And thank you so much, Fractured, my man. I appreciate that for the overtime tonight. There's the overtime. The overtime's come in good. They haven't even started the fight yet, mate. We haven't even done the ring walks. So we are just killing time. When is this? I would love to know as well. They are absolutely taking the you-know-what. And we thought the build-up, but we thought the wait for Usyk versus Verhoeven was bad because they dragged that on for nearly an hour. This has been an absolute you-know-what. Are you going to put it in here? Can we see it? No, it's just a watch-along. We're just watching it. We ain't showing the fight, but we will be commentating on it. This stream is better than the one the Zone got. Well, that's one of the reasons why we do it. People always say, like, why do people do live watch-alongs? It's because sometimes, a lot of the times, the punditry and commentary team are not the greatest. So what people like to do is they actually sync the TV or wherever you're watching it on with the YouTube, or whether it's me, Harry, I call Henry, I call him Harry, whether it's me, Harry, or someone like that. I don't think Harry's doing a live for this. In fact, Harry's proper boxing purist. I think he'd consider it blasphemy to do a live on this. Big up to Harry, a guy called Henry every time. But yeah, they like to do that because, you get a more, and I personally, for me, I think you get a more just, it's objective. Are you going to add a second live? Will you be there? I will be there, my friend. I will be there. Are you going to come to this one, mate? I hope you do. It'd be nice to catch up, man. It'd be nice to see you in person. It's going to be in King's Cross. It's going to be in the bigger room. And it'd be nice to see you there. I will be there. Me and Ade, we met up on last Sunday, just gone, before he went to New York. And yeah, we talked long and hard about it. And it's going to be good. Who do you think Fury's next opponent will be? And obviously, we're talking about Tyson Fury. I mean, some are saying it won't be, but I reckon it will be that Nelson Heisa guy. He's pretty terrible, but he's got a decent record that you can use. You can, look at what Tyson Fury's going. They'll do something like that. Eddie Hall is in the ring, and he is a unit. Boy, he is a unit. Holy God, he's huge. You know what? He didn't do any elaborate ring walk. I mean, that Anthony Taylor ring walk was cringe, and they just dragged it out. People really do think too much of these ring walks. Sometimes a good ring walk with a good song and just a focused intention, That gets you more stoked than anything. I mean, George Groves, Spitfire, didn't need a big anything. Just you hear that song and boom, you're happy. Don't know if you've asked you, but are you showing the fight? We will not be showing the fight on here. We will just be commentating on it. We will just be commentating on it. And oh, there's Molly May. Oh, I really don't understand the hype around Molly May. I really don't. It really is. It's a weird one. And do you remember when they had their split like 2 years ago when it was like front page news? It really does show how bad times are. You know, a a boxer whose brother's the heavyweight champion or was at the time, and some airhead from Love Island broke up. Oh my God, the world should stop. Meanwhile, there are kids starving, but that's not on the news. But Tommy Fury breaking up with his missus they're back together now, but you get what I mean. That makes the news, and we should worry so much about that. Eddie will get gassed. He probably will. All the flat 500 warriors were devastated by the news. I do wonder would that work. You can't fit him here because that's how close to the wall you are. So you wouldn't be. It looks further than it is, but you can touch it. More like Magpie May. What song was it? I don't remember that being a World Cup song. But yeah, and that right there, I agree wholeheartedly with that. I mean, some of the things that like you read about and that they prioritize, I remember back in the day when Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie broke up, Sky News like were doing like exclusive reports, and that's what over a decade ago. And and it's not changed since it, but you're like, really? And it's like, why do people give a damn? Why do people even care about that? And why is it on the news? Like, I don't watch the news, but you would think that, they should be reporting on things that matter. And, as I say, you've kids starving in the world. You've got little kids, getting things dropped on them, like in Iran and stuff like that. And you're going to report on two Z-listers breaking up over that? Really? Wow. You know, I just madness. Well, yeah, but what would you expect? I mean, that show was as tabloid as anything. And pretty much all, like ITV in particular, pretty much all their morning shows are just, tabloid this, that, and the other. And he said, she said. The celebrity culture is awful, is ending. I don't think so. People still lose their you know what over it. People still do lose their you know what over it. You think Usyk would fight Kabayel? Oh yeah, well he's going to be mandated to fight him, and I think he will. I really do. Why is Tommy Fury taking so long? Listen, Tommy Fury, he's selling out Manchester, even though it's on a little, silly thing like this and this, that, and the other. I did see that. And that was unfortunate. That was shocking. That really was. I mean, I don't know, man. What do you even say to that? I did see clips of it, unfortunately. I mean, I don't even know what to say to some of those things, man. To be honest with you, you don't want to see them, and it's awful. Like it really is. I mean, I don't know. And yeah, but the problem is, like again, as I say, they'll prioritize like silly. I almost swore there, but they'll prioritize silly stuff over that, as opposed to over that, and they'll say like, oh, but in other news, on a lighter note, as if you can get a lighter note from reporting on stuff like that. These are. I thought they were going to say. I thought they were the real judges. I was like, Tony Bellew and Chase the more judges. Okay, guest judges. Wow, okie dokie. So there's nearly 800 in the building. If you do, we are going to be commentating on this fight. Ian John Lewis is the referee, people. There you go. A man who got demoted years ago for being an absolute. You. Oh, Starmer is that. He's worse than that. Keir Starmer is awful, horrible man, dreadful. But saying that, they're all the same. Him, Farage the donut as well. Him, Farage, I don't trust any of them. None of them. Ian John Lewis, boxers. I am the referee. I spoke to you both in the dressing rooms. Obey my command at all times, and above all, protect yourself at all times. I'm even going to put that on when he says it. I'm even going to put that on because we don't hear that anymore. Howard Foster would have had a field day with some of those. Howard Foster would have had a field day with some of the fights on the undercard. Rupert Lowe. I haven't seen much of Rupert Lowe. He is very anti-Muslim. He is very that. That does appear to be the case. Which, listen, I don't care. As long as you're a good person, I don't care what your background is. He does seem to be very that, though. And there's other things about Lowe as well. He was a chairman. He was a chairman of some wasn't he? Chairman of some football thing, and he ignored. I wouldn't trust any of them, quite frankly. I wouldn't trust any of them, quite frankly. So yeah, the government is corrupt, spending taxpayers on what they want, and yeah, and you've no say in where any of that goes. You know, you have no say where any of that goes. He's a Tory. No, he's not Tory now. He's he folded a football. He did something with that. I am the referee. There you go. So, what we thinking, people? Round one. Okay, so let's go. Let's talk about this. Tommy Fury on the defense, moving around the ring, and look at the size difference is absolutely massive in there. Size difference is absolutely huge. And Tommy Fury, straight off the bat, is on the defense, and he's already not even letting his jab go. What he doesn't want to do, Tommy Fury here, he doesn't want to get pinned down. And bear in mind, they are only doing 2-minute rounds. He doesn't want to get pinned down because if he gets pinned in the ropes, he's never getting out. Because the strength Eddie Hall is going to have on Tommy Fury, whether he can do anything with it remains to be seen. But don't underestimate someone just being that much bigger and that much physically stronger. I mean, how many fighters have Jarrell Miller fought? Because Jarrell Miller is not the most sophisticated fighter in the world, let's be real, where he's just been able to outman them. I mean, again, it's a higher level. But when Jarrell Miller fought Gerald Washington all those years ago, Washington was clearly the better boxer. He's clearly more athletic. But he just had an absolute behemoth in front of him. And he couldn't move. And Tommy Fury, quite clearly, very much not wanting to engage. He's actually barely throwing any shots, Tommy Fury. His stance is all over the place. He's literally holding that right hand out. And they look like heavier gloves. They don't look like 10-ounce gloves. Because 10-ounce gloves don't look that big on guys that size. They should look like little mittens. And Tommy Fury does get backed up to the ropes, and he's hit with a big right hand there from Eddie Hall. He's winning this round, Eddie Hall, which is a damning indictment on Tommy Fury that Eddie Hall is actually winning this round because he backed Tommy Fury up. And here's the thing, right? Tommy Fury is wasting more energy moving around the ring like that because Eddie Hall isn't following him. Eddie Hall is just moving on his lead foot. He's just moving around. So he's actually not wasting any energy. Tommy Fury actually is. And whenever he's backed up like that, he's wasting energy getting out of there. And he lost that round, by the way. He actually lost that round to Eddie Hall. That's an Eddie Hall round because Tommy Fury didn't do anything. He didn't do absolutely anything. Yeah, run, Tommy, run. Fury, he is running. Round one to Eddie Hall because Tommy Fury literally did nothing. And the only shot of any meaning or significance was thrown and landed by Eddie Hall. So you've got to give him people in. I know this. I don't think it's going to go on their pro record. I don't think that they will. Fury will win, but if Eddie lands, it's game over. And Tommy looks too heavy. Well, bear in mind, Tommy. Yeah, but those gloves, as Paul said, they look way too big. Like you see 10-ounce gloves on heavyweights. They don't look like that. They look way heavier. Those gloves, 10-ounce gloves on heavyweights and people of that size, they look like mitts. And Tommy Fury is 217. Now, Tommy Fury was a light heavyweight, although he never weighed light heavyweight, and round 2 was underway now. Although he never weighed light heavyweight, he was trying to get down to that weight. Now he's up there at heavyweight. He's no business there. He couldn't even punch at light heavyweight. And now he lands a body shot on Eddie Hall. Doesn't stop him in his tracks in the slightest. And Eddie Hall, again, he's not really exerting himself. Because Eddie Hall is not having to think about what Tommy Fury is doing, because Tommy Fury is just running. Both guys end up in a clinch. Tommy Fury actually trying to push Eddie Hall back. And Eddie Hall literally just has to go and just reset himself, and then boom, there we go. And Fury isn't going to win any rounds just moving around the ring like that. He really isn't. And having to worry about what comes back at him. And look at this. Look how sloppy he looks. Now, I have to say, when Tommy Fury fought Jake Paul 3 years ago, right, he didn't look as well, just as crude as this. Because in that fight, he was actually using his jab a lot more. And he was a bit more active. He was trying a bit harder. Now he's fighting so sporadically. He's getting a few shots off there on Eddie Hall, to be fair, but nothing of any significance. He's not putting any weight on any of them shots. And he is still just moving around the ring as much as he can. Has Bambi on his thing. And Midas, I'm wondering, is that the kid's name? God help him if it is. Midas Fury. Wow, that's a great name. That's so original. Just, yeah. Never mind, just a normal name like, Edward or something like that. No, we call him Midas and Bambi. What's wrong with that? What could possibly go wrong? 15 seconds left in this round. Better round for Fury. Eddie Hall hasn't really done anything in this round. He's not really had the opportunity to get Tommy Fury backed up. But again, it's nothing's happened. Like, nothing has actually happened. You probably give it to Tommy Fury because he landed 1 or 2 more shots. And Eddie Hall needs a grandstand finish to this round, which he isn't going to get. But, I mean, both are on the gear. It's a fair play. Get behind the jab. Well, literally, I mean, Tommy Fury did nothing in that round. But neither did Eddie Hall. Eddie Hall did more in the first round. So let's have a little look at this replay. So, yeah, jab goes in from Fury. And he hits him in the ass more so than he hits him anywhere else. A little cuffing right hand. It was nothing. And yeah, little nothing jab. I don't think Eddie Hall is going to be having too much worry about that. Midas Fury. Wow. Midas. Yes. I do wonder when they give these Prince Fury, Bambi Fury. Could be worse. Last name could be Partridge. Midas Partridge. That would be funny. That's in Luke. That's Luke Partridge territory right there. Midas Partridge. You would literally be in Luke Partridge territory with that. Round 3 is underway. In a 6, I thought this was an 8-rounder. This was scheduled as an 8-rounder on BoxRec anyway. Now it's a 6-rounder. Okay, we're nearly done. So we're not a million miles off. We're not a million miles off being done. Well, here's the thing. If it's 1 round apiece, which it probably is, and oh my God, Tommy Fury must have thought he was absolutely going to get ragdolled there because he almost did. Area level? No. Isn't one of the kids called Venezuela? Yes, Venezuela Fury or Partridge. That's one of Tyson's. I think that's Tyson's oldest, if I'm not mistaken. She's the one who got married very recently, Venezuela Fury. Yeah, they do pick some elaborate names, don't they? But yeah, to go from Tommy and, well, apparently Tyson, I think his first real name is Luke, but they've changed the name and up something terrible on these, haven't they? The boy's name is Midas. Yes, great name. Midas. I mean, really, just why? But a minute left in this round. And it's a bit more lively this round. Oh, yeah, look at that. Tommy Fury looking to let a right hand go. He missed it. No accuracy on it. He's not on his bike as much, and there's a right hand that goes in from Tommy Fury. One of the few right hands he's actually thrown and landed. One of the very, very few. 40 seconds left in round number 3. You probably will be giving this round maybe to Tommy Fury, but I don't know how the judges at ringside are going to like that. You're going to have someone like a Derek Chisora, who's obviously not scoring this fight, but at the end of the day, he's probably going to be as anti-Fury as can possibly be, because I don't think Chisora, of all people, would like that style, nor do I think would Bellew. But that is better work again from Tommy Fury. Eddie Hall just not able to get any offense going. Not able to get any offense going, no head movement. But the fact he's able to survive and doing this well, he's a bloody power lifter, for God's sake. And Tommy Fury, no issues. Taking Tommy Fury's shots, absolutely no issues. Backing Tommy Fury up, letting the odd right hand go. 12 minutes fighting. I've been watching boxing since they used to, 15 rounds. Could you imagine neither guy would ever in a million years, ever in a million years be able to do 15 rounds. Neither of these guys. Not a hope in hell could either guy in their wildest dreams even come close to 15 rounds. That would be actually insane to think that either guy could actually get anywhere near 50. Could you imagine? Blimey. It'd be crazy to actually think that they could do that, but neither guy will get anywhere near 15 rounds. None of them. So, just do a quick. Let's check this real quick. Oh, that's not too bad. 2-1 to Hall. You might have it to Eddie Hall. You could. I mean, that last round was kind of meh. That last round was kind of, it was a nothing round. And again, it's a 6-rounder, so these rounds are going to fly by. Yeah, easily a Tommy Fury round. Well, it's more, you could probably give it to maybe Hall just on activity. I gave it to Fury. So 2 rounds to 1. And if he loses this round, Tommy, then and then they go and start swinging for it. And when he realizes that Eddie Hall stands his ground, he gets out of dodge real quick. You get a point for running. Some of them will. Some judges will. You see, it's the fact that you are running, but you're not getting hit. And when you're throwing, in a round in which hardly any shots land, there's a couple of shots up close from Tommy Fury. In a round where hardly any shots land, they'll have to find a way to give it to someone, and they'll give it to the guy who's landed the shots, even if he is running, which Tommy Fury abso-flippin-lutely is doing. He's just running around the ring. Although now he's getting a bit tired, or he is standing his ground a little bit more, and he's letting those right hands go. Eddie Hall, just focusing on not getting hit. He is just trying constantly, and he's failing like he did there, to back Tommy Fury up to the ropes. See, what he wants to do, he's not going to have a boxing match with Tommy Fury. But sometimes, Eddie Hall, what you need to do is you need to just look at the big guys in the sport, put the earmuffs on, as they say, which is hold the gloves up as high as you can, and just charge in. Look to just throw shots anywhere. Just hit him wherever you can. You've got the physical strength advantage, so make the most of it. You're not doing that. You're just following Tommy Fury around the ring. You're giving him all the time and space he wants, although you do have a good little combination there. Lands a jab on Tommy Fury, actually backs Tommy Fury up again, puts Tommy Fury in a hold almost. And that right there, as ugly as it looks, that could be the difference between winning and losing the round, because Tommy Fury isn't doing anything. He's not even boxing. He's running. And that's just his hair. He's not even boxing. And Tommy Fury looks awful in there. He really does. Am I going live for real boxing later? I will do a review of Bam Rodriguez, because we love Bam Rodriguez on here. But I won't. Yeah, that was an entertaining fight. That was fun. Those 2 guys, I beat and McCann, that was fun. That was quite fun. They were garbage. Both of them. They were absolutely flipping garbage, but we had a bit of a laugh nonetheless. We had a bit of a laugh. And I'm wondering, Scotland are playing in the football this evening. That's going to be interesting. 3-1 to Hall. No, I definitely don't have a 3-1 to Hall. You might have a 2 apiece. So if you gave the first round to Hall, second round to Fury, third round to Fury, this round to Hall, you've a draw. So actually, because it's a 6-rounder, if Hall wins this round and Fury wins the last round, then on my card, it'll be a draw. Because I have a tie fight at this stage. 2 rounds apiece, going into round 5. We've only got 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left in this fight. Round 5 is now underway. And these 2-minute rounds, they go by quick. They go by very quick. And this is the thing about these 2-minute rounds, right? And they will tell you this as an amateur, right? Because I was told this. Because when you're fighting at novice level, you only fight 2-minute rounds. If you decide to just do what Fury is doing, certainly in amateur boxing, that was a swing of a right hand from Eddie Hall. They won't, unless you are absolutely bossing it, they won't give you the fight. Because you've only got so much time to actually get your work done. You've got to show the judges something. And in a 2-minute round, when you've the view of Tommy Fury just running around the ring like he is, getting backed up to the ropes like he was there, and then not doing anything, having opportunities to actually launch attacks on Eddie Hall and not doing it, and Eddie Hall actually being the one trying to push the action, you may be in a situation where they might actually end up siding with Eddie Hall. And again, I say might, but Tommy Fury in this round, again, neither guy has done anything. I mean, even there, like with a body shot, he misses. With a lead left hook on a target as big as this, he misses. With a lazy jab like that, once again, Tommy Fury misses, which is really like, I mean, this is a guy who was talking about potentially going and fighting for world honors. I mean, good luck with that. Good luck with that. He wouldn't have a hope in hell. Get an ice cream cone and leave it in the depths of hell. It would have a better chance of sticking around than Tommy Fury at world level. Literally. And we've got 35 seconds left in a round in which nothing has happened. Literally nothing has happened. Tommy Fury is barely throwing any punches. I mean, Tommy Fury's punch per round must be diabolical in a round, in a fight in which there are 2-minute rounds. Misses again with a right hand, no accuracy on it. In a fight in which there's 6 2-minute rounds, the amount of punches he will have thrown will be farcical. You will have 4-rounders at heavyweights where they throw way more around against 2 fat tubs of you-know-what, probably will throw more punches than Tommy Fury is doing in there. Eddie Hall's not helping the cause either. Yeah, he's not a great fighter at all. One of the worst fights I've ever seen made. Has Tommy won any titles? I don't think so. I don't think Tommy Fury has ever won a title. When I say a title, I'm not talking about world titles. I mean, area level, English titles, stuff, little cricket belts like that. I don't think he's ever won any. I actually don't. I have his box rec here, actually, Tommy Fury. Has he ever won anything? No. No, none of them. He hasn't won anything. He's not even won a cricket title. Because in boxing, they do give you these little cricket titles now and again. Nothing. Great value for money, this channel. Respect. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. We go into that was a horrible right hand. Like, how on earth do you throw a right hand that bad? As a professional who's been a professional, like, that right hand was a joke from Tommy Fury. What was that? That was a joke of a right hand. So here we go. 6th and final round. That was a quick fight, wasn't it? So, Tommy Fury, Eddie Hall. Let's hope they've saved the best till last. I doubt it, but let's wait and see. Can I commentate more? I do a fair bit of commentary from time to time. Glad to see people like it. Think I'm doing a bit better job than some of the guys on the zone, but I do think that we all think things. Tony Bellew hasn't given Eddie Hall a round, although Eddie Hall coming on very strong now. Chase Damore has it 1 round in favor of Tommy Fury, so it's all to play on Chase Damore scorecard. Derek Chisora has Tommy Fury up by 3. Interesting. I tend to concur with Chase Damore scorecard, to be honest with you. I do tend to concur. And again, you're talking about 2 boxing pure. Well, I wouldn't call them boxing pure. That's a lie. In Tony Bellew and Derek Chisora, but they would favor the quote-unquote boxer who is Tommy Fury. There's a minute left, less than a minute now in the 6th and final round. Eddie Hall got to show us something. You got to show us something. That's a good body shot from Eddie Hall. He does actually get Tommy Fury backed up, but he lost himself in the ring ever so slightly there. Tommy Fury, the fact that he's lost rounds in this fight to a guy like Eddie Hall, no offense, but he's not a boxer. I was wondering what someone was saying there. But when he's lost to Eddie Hall, or he's losing rounds to Eddie Hall, I mean, that kind of says it all. 30 seconds left. So both guys got to show us something. This fight has been fairly abysmal. That's all we see is a little jab from Tommy Fury. A jab that's had no real poise on it at all this evening. And Tommy Fury gets backed up to the ropes again. That was a real slapping shot from Eddie. That was a slap if I ever saw one of a shot from Eddie Hall. And now into the final 10 seconds of round number 6. And then we can see who gets the nod. I suspected it'd be Tommy Fury, although that was a good body shot from Eddie Hall. He might have actually just nicked this round, Eddie Hall, to be honest with you. And if he has nicked it, then on my scorecard, he actually wins this fight. We've got over 1,000 people in the building, by the way. If you enjoyed this commentary for this fight, I would ask, I'm putting the volume up now, if you enjoyed the commentary, please do consider hitting the like and hitting the subscribe button. In fact, if you could hit that subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. There's over 1,000 people in the building. Surely some of you haven't subscribed, so just please consider hitting that subscribe. I think I did a good job on comms tonight. I think I did a decent job on comms for that fight. So if y'all could, just consider, smashing that like and subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. There you go. Thank you. Don't know what you just watched, but Fury won it with ease. I prefer the aggression at times from Eddie Hall, but I suspect Tommy Fury will have won this fight. Who won? We're waiting for the decision. We are waiting for the decision. Thank you. All around good show from Christina. I appreciate that. Commentary is brilliant by Mr. Just Walker. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We do try on here. We definitely do. Solid shift today. We need to we need to hear who won this fight. We need to hear who won this fight. I've been watching you for years, but guess what? I've just subbed. Only now? Mate, you've been watching me for years. You're a regular. Only just subbed now. That's crazy. And thank you to everyone who has subbed. Again, if you're new and you haven't already, do please. It takes a split second to hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it greatly. I just like boxing. You and me both, mate. You and me both. And thank you, Isabella. Great show, G-Man. I appreciate that. I really do. But we got to find out who wins this fight. We're waiting for the scorecard. If Eddie Hall gets this fight, if Eddie Hall gets this fight, could you imagine John Fury in the ring? Could you imagine John Fury? They both won 2.5 mil. I doubt that very much. I doubt they would have got that much. Good commentary. Nice chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It was 1-1 in the Brazil game. It still is. The second half just kicked off. I wouldn't say the new Harry Carpenter, but we do try. We definitely do try. And we do enjoy it. Thanks, mate. I don't think I could have done a watch along without commentating. We do try, man. We do try. It is good fun. I do like the watch alongs can be tiring. They are tiring, actually. I'm not even gonna lie, they are tiring, but they're good fun. We do enjoy it. Just sub, great channel. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate that. They're taking a while waiting for this decision. That it's only a 6-rounder, people, as well. I can understand if you're waiting a little bit of time for a I can understand if you want to wait, if like you're waiting for a 12-rounder, it's close. John Fury with the big gray beard. Thank you to everyone involved. Sub for a while. It's the first time been on a live. Good one. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate that. We done well tonight. And I think they have the decision. Let us have a listen. We will turn that right up. Yeah, good luck. RIP to the people of Manchester. I'd say there's going to be a rowdy crowd going onto the streets in the next 10 to 15 minutes. And they're taking their time here, people. Here we go. Decision time, people. Decision desk. Not a scratch on either guy. Here we go, people. Score the bout 59, 56, 58, 56, and 57, 57 to Tommy. Oh, wow. So they didn't even have real judges. That's crazy. I didn't realize that. So you're telling me, hang on. Yeah. So Derek Chisholm, I didn't realize that. I thought they actually had real judges. And he read the scorecards wrong, by the way. You're supposed to read the even scorecard first. So it's a majority decision, and he read the scorecards completely wrong because you're meant to read the majority decision first. So I didn't. So it was wow. Man's up on the ring apron as well. That's crazy. Tony Bellew, yeah, well, could you imagine if Tony Bellew was a judge for AJ versus Usyk, he would have scored that fight 120 to 108 to Anthony Joshua. Hell, if he was a judge for if AJ, if he was a judge for AJ Dubois, he would have had AJ up going into the fifth round, and he would have probably argued that the referee did a fast count on AJ when he got dropped in that fifth round. So there you go. Chase Demore had it a draw. That's crazy. So Fury, I mean, wow. Right. Well, that is it, I guess, for the evening, even though it's nearly 12:30 in the morning. So people, there's 1,182 in the building. If you enjoyed this live, please do consider hitting the like and subscribe. In particular, hitting the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. We've gained nearly 60 subs this live, and let's hope we can get a few more before the end. But until then, I will leave it there. I ain't doing a review of this fight, certainly not. That's where it ends. And who won? Tommy Fury won. And on a majority decision as well. So one judge had it even. Tommy Fury won a majority decision. One judge had it even. So people, I will leave it there. Have a great one. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please do consider hitting the subscribe button on the way out. And I will chat to you tomorrow for real boxing. We'll do a review of Bam Rodriguez because we love Jesse Bam Rodriguez on here. And we will chat his fight in the morning. Until then, I will see you. Have a great one, people. Enjoy.